Alright, some of these plastic surgery results are absolutely shocking. First off, we have Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan, who's known for her sweet, innocent look, unveiled a dramatically different look in recent years. Ryan appeared in various rom-coms and series in the 80s and 90s that matched her bubbly personality. It was a time that demonstrated her external and internal beauty. However, female heroine roles eluded the actress in recent years. She decided to go for the classic Real Housewives of Beverly Hills look and changed the natural grace that she had during her prime. Her new appearance sparked debates among fans and the general audience about whether she got work done. The most obvious thing Meg Ryan got done is cheek filler or fat transfer to her cheeks, doctors say. When she smiles, the filler seems to move up, making her eyes look smaller, one doctor said. Surgeons believe Meg may have had too much Botox on her forehead, which dropped to the brows during time. As a result, her eyes looking smaller. Although she still looks absolutely beautiful, it is safe to say everybody misses her cute innocence from the 80s and 90s. Next up, we have Mickey Rourke. This American actor first appeared in Body Heat in 1981 before showing his acting prowess in his preceding films. It's nothing new to compare Rourke's work with the likes of James Dean, even Robert De Niro. His re-emergence in the 2000s with prominent roles in Sin City 2005 and The Wrestler in 2008 solidified his status in Hollywood. Plus, he was once known as one of the film industry's most handsome stars. Unfortunately, plastic surgery made his career dwindle. With his bad boy persona in 80s cinema, a botched plastic surgery changed the public's perception of him. The general audience argues that he had cheek and maybe chin implants. He lost his original tough guy packaging after the surgeries. In 2009, Rourke admitted that his looks did change because of botched plastic surgery. He said most of it was done to mend his boxing injuries. However, he went to the wrong guy to put his face back together, resulting in an extremely changed look. Next up, we have Madonna. At the 2023 Grammys, Madonna revealed her new look, and fans were, let's just say, confused. Some calling her a quote alien trying to blend in as a human, and others blatantly calling her quote hideous. 2 days after the Grammys, Madonna slammed people who chose to focus on her looks instead of the speech she gave before the historic performance she introduced. Sam Smith and Kim Petras were the stars that she was introducing that night. Instead of focusing on what I said in my speech, which was about giving thanks for the fearlessness of artists like Sam and Kim, many people chose to only talk about close-up photos of me taken with a long lens camera by a press photographer that would distort anybody's face, she captioned an Instagram video on February 7th. The pop icon went on to say that she is once again caught in the glare of ageism and misogyny that permeates the world we live in. Madonna says this world does not, quote, celebrate women past the age of 45 and will punish her if she continues to be strong-willed, hardworking, and adventurous. I have never apologized for any of the creative choices I've made, nor the way that I look or dress, and I'm not going to start today, the 7-time Grammy winner continued. I have been degraded by the media since the beginning of my career, but I understand that this is all a test, and I'm happy to do the trailblazing so that all the women behind me can have an easier time in the years to come. In the words of Beyonce, you won't break my soul. Next up, we have Miss Ariana Grande. Now, this one is not as noticeable as the other celebs we talked about, but fans are still wondering what happened to her face. YouTube videos went viral in 2023 and 2022 titled, quote, what happened to Ariana's face, and Ariana's eyes are weird. Here's what we know about Ariana Grande's alleged plastic surgery. 1. A nose job. Ariana Grande allegedly had a rhinoplasty procedure to reduce her nose size and shape it more naturally. This is one of the most common types of rhinoplasty procedures performed on celebrities because it gives them an instantly slimmer face, which makes them appear younger than their actual age. Number 2. Surgeons think she's had a brow lift. According to sources close to Ariana Grande, it is true that she has undergone a brow lift surgery. That is in order to eliminate the sagging skin under her eyes and make her look more youthful. It can do that by helping you look less tired or stressed out while also removing that angry look from your face. Number 3, surgeons think that she has had a facelift in recent years. Another common procedure that many stars go through is facial rejuvenation with fillers such as Botox injections. It helps prevent wrinkles from forming around their eyes or mouth area over time due to their age. Ariana even got emotional in a video posted on Vogue's YouTube channel recently, where she actually admits she no longer continues the Botox treatment and she felt like she was, quote, hiding herself under all those cosmetic procedures. Next up, we have the late Joan Rivers. In 2010, at 23 years old, Rivers revealed that she underwent 10 cosmetic procedures in one day, including a chin reduction, brow lift, and Botox injections. This beloved American comedian, host, and actress paved her way into stardom with her natural beauty. However, it comes as no surprise when plastic surgery enters the equation of a celebrity's life. She has had multiple procedures like facelifts, neck lifts, to name a few. In an interview with her husband Spencer Pratt, she said that she was too young to make life-changing decisions. She said she was under so much pressure from what she saw on the internet, it made her do these surgeries. But Joan Rivers said that everybody should take plastic surgery seriously. For her, the recovery was devastating. Her heart even stopped for a bit, which made her more transparent about all the work that she has gotten done. Next up, we have Jocelyn Wildenstein, a Swiss socialite formerly married to billionaire Alec Wildenstein. When in 1999 Alec filed for divorce, she reportedly spent $4 million on various surgeries. She denies having excessive plastic surgery, citing it's just her Swiss heritage, but admitted to one surgery to make her eyes more cat-like. According to her ex, Alec Wildenstein, she was thinking that she could fix her face like a piece of furniture. Skin does not work that way, he says. Wildenstein claims that she has not had any income at all for the last 8 years after her ex-husband's former family cut her off from her $100 million annual divorce settlement payments. The Swiss-born socialite decided to make a two-part docuseries and potential TV show produced by the team behind the hit Keeping Up with the Kardashians because all her money's gone. I have a huge problem with my settlement, she told The Telegraph at the luxurious Mayborn Hotel in LA. Since 8 years, they have completely cut me off, she says. Wildenstein, now 82, rose to fame in the 1990s during her high-profile divorce from her art-dealing husband, Alec Wildenstein, from which she received a whopping $2.5 billion in the settlement and $100 million each year afterwards. Next up, we have Miss Donatella Versace. Her designs for Versace may spark 1,000 copycats, but there's no danger of women following suit when it comes to her new face. 20 years ago, the fashion guru had naturally full lips and very smooth skin, but as she stepped out 10 years ago in 2014 for the first time since major surgeries, her face was striking for all the wrong reasons. Users on Reddit have shared their opinions, and some of these comments are not the nicest, let's just say. Why is her face slick like Vaseline? She looks like a Muppet. And why does she look extraterrestrial? Are some of the top comments on the thread. Next up, we have Zac Efron. Considering that Zac Efron has literally grown up on screen, his fans are pretty familiar with his famous good looks. From his wholesome start as a teen star in High School Musical, through his recent dramatic turn in The Iron Claw, audiences have seen him through a variety of stages. When the heartthrob started looking noticeably different in recent years, they were understandably curious. Thankfully, there's no speculation necessary. Efron himself has been fairly candid about what has led to the transformation in his appearance. Zac Efron's famous face does look a bit different nowadays. The former Disney star revealed that he did have to undergo some medical procedures, but not for the cosmetic reasons some people might assume. In a 2022 interview with Men's Health, the actor revealed that his enlarged jawline was actually due to an old injury. While running in socks in his home in 2013, Efron slipped and smashed his chin against the granite corner of a fountain. The injury was so severe he lost consciousness, and when he woke up, his chin bone was hanging off his face. As for how the 2013 injury impacted his appearance so many years later, he explained to Men's Health that it related to his masseter muscles overcompensating for the injured muscles in his face, combined with his temporary failure to continue physical therapy. Our next celebrity is Miss Dolly Parton. Dolly is a country music legend known for hits like I Will Always Love You and 9 to 5, but she's equally known for her plastic assets as well. One of the first times she admitted to getting work done was in 1977 in an interview with Barbara Walters. But honestly, Dolly, we love you and you look great. Our final celebrity today is Kylie Jenner. Since her initial debut on reality television, Kylie Jenner has undergone a significant, very dramatic shift from her lips to even her skin tone. Her latest new image, however, showcases a larger butt and a smaller waist. Most likely, a Brazilian butt lift or buttock implants were used to achieve the new look. To create a lower waist and a bumpier back, the Brazilian butt lift combines severe body sculpting with liposuction. For reference, a BBL employs liposuction to remove fat from other parts of the body, in other words, moving things around. Often the fat on the stomach or thighs is sucked out and injected into the buttocks. In a recent episode of the family show The Kardashians, Kylie said she would reverse the decision to get plastic surgery if she could. "I wish I never got it done to begin with," she told her BFF. "I recommend anyone thinking about it to wait after having children." She went on to say that her daughter Stormy, 5 years old, helped her keep things in perspective. "Obviously I have a daughter too. I'd be heartbroken if she wanted to get her body done at 19, like Kylie did. She's the most beautiful thing ever."
At number 10, we have Gwen Stefani. Now, Gwen Stefani's face has been the hot topic over the last couple of months as the star sat down in an interview on Late Night with Seth Meyers. Fans were shocked to see Gwen and claimed that she looks unrecognizable, and it made them even check twice to see if it was actually her. It's clear that Gwen wanted to appear ageless, however, her ageless looks have definitely been the subject of many conversations over the years. However, this time Gwen took the cosmetic procedures way too far. It's clear that the star has had one too many procedures done, and at this point, it no longer looks natural. And it's kinda heartbreaking and sad to see. One fan has even gone to beg the star to stop having surgery and just to leave her face alone. At number 9, we have Brendan Fraser. Now, Brendan Fraser hit the red carpet for a premiere of the film No Sudden. Brendan's look dramatically changed, and compared to his days in The Mummy, he doesn't look the same. At the time, Brendan was set to star as a 600-pound character in the film Whale. As a result, he had to put on weight for the role. Since his return to Hollywood, fans have been in full swing of support for the star and have even addressed the fact that they've missed the actor. However, his face isn't the only thing that you'll see that's changed, as his beautiful full locks are no longer here and his hair is now buzzed and looking much thinner. And just like his fans, I hope Brendan Fraser is healthy and happy and doing better now that he's entering back into the scene of Hollywood. Are you enjoying this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. At number 8, we have Jessica Simpson. Now, Jessica Simpson has sparked concern from fans after she posted a new Instagram selfie looking very thin and different. With the star posting a photo showing off her new look, fans would tell her it definitely wasn't trendworthy, and they would continue to ask her if she was okay. Now, Jessica over the last few years has admitted to disliking her own face fillers that she got when she was feeling insecure about her appearance. But considering her surgeries mixed with weight loss, the star is completely unrecognizable to this day. And it's really hard to see if she's okay or not, but she has revealed that she has lost 100 pounds and she has been battling with certain life issues. At number 7, we have Kelly McGillis. So remember the bad blondie from Top Gun, Kelly McGillis? Well, the 65-year-old is completely unrecognizable from her days as the silver screen siren. The mama too has ditched her trademark blonde look, and she's even swapped out her glamorous wardrobe for a casual baggy trouser and t-shirts. The star has also opted to never have fillers, Botox, or plastic surgery, and she's refused to dye her now gray hair as she wants to embrace who she is. Now, Kelly has come out to say that in the past she's tried to be something that she wasn't, and it ruined her life in a lot of ways. And now she understands that now that she's gotten older and she's not into the whole Hollywood industry standard things anymore, and she wants to feel absolutely secure in her skin and with her age. and in a place that values other stuff. And at number 6 we have Laura Flynn Boyle. So 90s star Laura Flynn Boyle looks completely unrecognizable when you compare her to her days as Hollywood's it girl. Now for years the star has had to deal with rumors that she's gotten under the knife to change her appearance, and of course Laura has never admitted to plastic surgery, but it's clear that the star definitely went too far with fillers and other procedures. Now the celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Yoon has also come to say that the star's face looks like it's melting, as her face now looks deflated with resultant loose skin, most likely because she's undergone corrective surgery to reverse some of the work she's had previously done, or she's just allowed fillers to dissolve on their own, which is leaving her cheeks looking to appear saggy. And at number 5 we have Wendy Williams. When Wendy Williams stepped out of her New York City apartment back in August, she was captured leaving the building holding onto her bodyguard. Now the photos would appear that Wendy is unable to walk on her own, and the stars look dramatically thinner than she ever has before. And because of the weight loss, her cheekbones would be on full display, and her overall appearance of her face looked pretty scary. Her day's look has definitely sparked some concerns from fans, as many of them felt like she was dealing with a lot, and it's clear that she should have been at home resting. It's clear that the star is struggling with her overall health and personal struggles, and she's currently a patient in a treatment program to help treat her overall health issues. At number 4 we have Bridget Fonda. After disappearing from the spotlight for 20 years, 90s actor Bridget Fonda was caught outside of LA in a baggy t-shirt and glasses, and the star looked completely different compared to her days on the big screen. The star has definitely refused to have any cosmetic procedures done, and she's aged. She's chosen to rock her gray locks and has ditched her glamorous outfits and has opted to dress more comfortably. The star has also put on a lot of weight, but she still looks healthy and happy, and that's all that really matters. While the star's still stunning, it's a shame that the tabloids still feel a need to invade her privacy since the star did retire back in 2002. At number 3 we have Mickey Rourke. American actor Mickey Rourke looks completely different following an incident with plastic surgery and fillers. Now, Mickey was once one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood after his debut in a minor role in Steven Spielberg's film 1941. However, in the early 90s, the star decided to leave his acting career behind, and he decided to take up professional boxing. Unfortunately, with his boxing career, would come a string of severe facial injuries, such as a broken nose and a compressed cheekbone. Mickey would then undergo several reconstructive surgeries to treat his injuries. However, the surgeries would fail, and it would prompt the actor to go under the knife consistently. While the star wanted to fix his face, he definitely went to the wrong guy to do it, so you should always remember to do your research before, because not everybody is good at their jobs, and some people just like to do the bare minimum. At number 2, we have Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill looks completely different from his days in the movie Superbad. Now, Jonah has noted that when he began to understand how much it hurt to be called fat, gross, and unattractive early in his career, he knew he wanted to feel more comfortable taking off his shirt to tan without judgment. So the star decided to opt for a better diet and began to work out to shed the pounds. Now, his slender figure alone would leave him alone unrecognizable. However, recently the star has chosen to grow out his beard and his hair longer, and he's opted to go blonde. Personally, I'm glad Jonah feels more comfortable and happy in his own skin, because he deserves nothing but the best, but this guy has always looked good, and it's sad that the industry made him feel the way he is feeling, and that's why he opted to change. And at number 1 today we have Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff is one ageless beauty we can't seem to get enough of. Since her rising to fame from Disney Channel's show, Lizzie McGuire, to a photo of her now shows that the star just keeps getting more gorgeous. Hilary's stunning appearance, however, has made us wonder if she's gotten plastic surgery, because the star doesn't look the exact same as she used to before. The star has opted for a longer, icy blonde look, and definitely looks like she's had a nose job and lip injections done as well. While she denies having any type of surgeries or fillers, she has opted to say that the reason she looks so good is due to her $1,244 beauty routine. However, the main thing is that Hilary has changed her appearance in her teeth, and the actress has gotten porcelain veneers, which have made her teeth a bright white color and has also given her a larger, more symmetrical teeth along her bottom ridges.
Number 10, Courtney Cox. If you take a look at photos photos of the Friends star from back in the 90s compared to now, it's easy to see that she has undergone a whole range of different procedures. But unlike most celebrities, Courtney Cox has been completely open about all the procedures that she's had done. The 58-year-old star confessed that she thought she'd gone too far at one point and said, "You have no idea because it's gradual until you go, oh, this doesn't look right, and it's worse in pictures than in real life," telling New Beauty magazine in 2017 that she gradually became addicted to surgery and was taking advice from all the wrong people. Quote, "Well, what would end up happening is that you go to a doctor who would say, you look great, but what would really help is a little injection here or filler there." She said she didn't realize how she looked until her friend looked at her face and said, "Whoa, no more." So it clearly took her a while. If you're loving this video so far, please hit that like button, it would really help us out. Number 9, Lil Kim. The rapper is undoubtedly one of the brightest and most influential women in hip-hop, yet her legacy remains controversial for one reason or another. But the Lil Kim now looks nothing like the one we came to know and love in the 90s. The rapper underwent drastic cosmetic surgery procedures that ended up making her look like an entirely different person. As the years went by, Lil Kim began appearing on red carpets and in interviews with lighter skin, higher cheeks, a smaller nose, and additional drastic alterations. Her transformation was so drastic that it truly horrified her loyal fans, and unfortunately her career has suffered greatly because of it too. But there's a tragic reason behind her decision to keep going under the knife. The rapper developed a complex about her appearance thanks to a string of cruel boyfriends. She said, "All my life, men have told me I wasn't pretty enough. Even the men I was dating, I'd be like, well, what are you doing with me then?" She told Newsweek that when men were unfaithful to her with women who looked nothing like her, it made her want to change the way that she looked. Number 8, Christina Aguilera. The singer has come a long way since her Disney days with Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears. After establishing herself as the voice of a generation, she also tried her hand at acting and gave us movies like Burlesque, starring alongside Cher. But recently her comeback had fans talking about her changing face. In 2017, many noticed that Christina had plumper lips during her tribute performance to Whitney Houston at that year's AMAs. According to experts, she has had some work done to her face. There's been speculations about Botox, lip and cheek fillers, and jaw contouring. Despite the did she or didn't she do it debate, Christina has denied going under the knife. Instead, she revealed in a secret interview that she just loves to experiment with her makeup looks. She told Paper Magazine, "I mean, I'm a girl that likes a beat face, let's not get it twisted." So her fuller appearance could really be down to anything, or just the fact that it's perfectly natural for someone's appearance to change over the years. Number 7, JoJo Siwa. You don't have to be a loyal fan of JoJo to know that she has a signature look. Ever since the teen superstar first rose to fame, she's been known for rocking oversized bows and her signature high ponytail. In fact, her sense of style is so popular that she even sells her own line of bows that often sells out in stores. But fans were pretty shocked when the 19-year-old revealed that she had cut her hair very short and even given herself a mullet. Speaking in an interview for Instagram and Facebook's Creator Week, JoJo said, "I just had my 18th birthday, and it was right around my birthday that I realized I kinda wanna do my hair different today. It just felt like the right time to do something different and a little bit more mature or a little upgrade." The new 80s look is also a pretty good indicator that the singer wants to shed her Disney-fied image into something edgier and more age-appropriate, since she'll be entering her 20s soon enough. Number 6, Noah Cyrus. Her big sister Miley is certainly the most famous member of the A-list family, but Noah has really started to make a name for herself in the music industry in recent years. While there's no denying that Noah has changed quite a bit since she arrived on the scene, many fans have speculated that her changing look is a result of more than just puberty, and instead they think that she may have gone under the knife. The plastic surgery rumors began to circulate after photos of her with plumped lips and high-raised eyebrows surfaced on Instagram in 2020. If you look at old photos of the singer and compare it to her appearance this year, you can actually tell that she has a significantly increased facial volumes in her cheeks, lips, and chin. Not only that, but her eyebrows appear to be higher. The 22-year-old hasn't said anything about it yet, but many people still believe her dramatic facial changes aren't entirely natural. Number 5, Kelly Osbourne. The singer has undergone a major transformation in recent years. She's ditched the shaved hair and goth makeup, and she's lost almost 40 kilograms. Kelly has been very open about her changing look and said that she underwent gastric sleeve weight loss surgery in 2018. She went on the Hollywood Raw podcast in 2020 and described it as being the best thing that she has ever done. The surgery is quite a drastic one, as it removes 75 to 80% of the stomach. While she has been very vocal about her decision, she said that it's far from a quick fix and actually requires a complete change in lifestyle. But after losing the weight, Kelly said that she realized she was resentful of Hollywood. Quote, "Now in retrospect, I know exactly who I'll work with and who I won't. because I know who called me fat, I know who didn't want to work with me because of that. I take that and I put it into my memory bank. I remember what you said about me, and that's the best revenge. Number 4. Meg Ryan. After stealing audiences' hearts with her legendary rom-com roles, Meg Ryan's face would change beyond recognition in the early 2000s, when she underwent several cosmetic procedures to change her look entirely. When Meg attended the Tony Awards in 2016, she looked completely different. So the audience couldn't help but speculate that she has had plastic surgery and that she might have overdone it a little bit. Many cosmetic surgeons were quick to give their opinion on which procedures she might have had done, and they've said that the most evident thing that she's done to her cheek was some form of filler or fat transfer, and the general consensus is that the procedure wasn't done properly, as the volume of filler could have been positioned more laterally to give her a softer appearance. There's also been speculation that she's had rhinoplasty done, as the tip of her nose is narrower than before and looks a little bit more pinched, but realistically, no one can really pinpoint the exact reason why she looks so unrecognizable these days, so up until now, it's all just speculation. Number 3. Renee Zellweger. The actress stepped out on the red carpet in 2014 with a changed appearance, and it set the rumor mill abuzz. Photos from the event went viral around the world in a matter of hours, causing a huge social media frenzy. Both fans and critics felt Renee looked completely different than the Bridget Jones we all remember from the late 90s and early 2000s. She faced immense backlash for having Botox injections and a possible facelift, as many people noticed that she no longer had her signature almond-shaped eyes. Renee told People magazine, "I'm glad folks think I look different. I'm living a very different, happy, and more fulfilling life, and I'm thrilled that perhaps it shows." But the change in her appearance could also be completely natural, as she was away from the spotlight from 2010 to 2016 and only returned for her new movie Bridget Jones's Baby. It's also very common for actresses who are typically typecast into certain roles to adjust their look as they age, because they want to be considered for a plethora of different parts. Number 2. Jennifer Grey. After being catapulted to mega fame in 1987 for playing Baby in Dirty Dancing, Jennifer's career stalled, and although she was personally happy with her nose and its distinct bump, she underwent plastic surgery at the age of 29 to boost her career and gain more acting roles. She told the Mirror in 2012 that it was the nose job from hell. Quote, "I went into the operating room a celebrity and came out anonymous. After the first surgery, she was thrilled with the way that she looked. Then less than a year later, she noticed that a tiny bit of cartilage was visible under the surface of her nose. Jennifer then underwent a second surgery to correct the issue, but when she woke up, she discovered that she no longer looked like herself at all. It completely changed her. She was still beautiful, of course, but after that she became totally unrecognizable from her Dirty Dancing days and lost one of her most unique features." And coming in at number 1, Katie Price. Since becoming a household name as a glamour model in the 90s, Katie Price's brand has become synonymous with plastic surgery, but she has always been very honest about the work that she's had done, like the fact that she's had 12 breast augmentations over the last 25 years and got the first one when she was only 18 years old. She's also had veneers done, and in June last year, Katie endured one of her most ambitious rounds of surgery yet, as she underwent another facelift on the same day that she also treated herself to liposuction and fat injections on her bum. The TV personality is also a big fan of Botox and has gone under the knife for an eye and brow lift that left her face with a sharp, tight look. Plastic surgery has become her brand at this point, and Katie herself has said many times that she has no plan to stop going under the knife. But just by looking at old pictures, it's easy to see that she looked like a completely different person before she had all the work done. Number 10. Zac Efron. The High School Musical star really shocked fans with how different he looked in 2021, when a video surfaced online of his face looking extremely altered. When Zac appeared on camera for a virtual Earth Day event, everyone was totally distracted by his new appearance. Not only did he no longer have his iconic baby face look, but some people suggested that he had an altered jawline and enhanced lips, and suspected that he'd had, at the very least, some Botox done. It's true that he looked a little bit puffy or possibly swollen, but of course, camera angles, makeup, and poor lighting also could have contributed to the drastically different appearance. When the video started making the rounds on social media, popular TikTok surgeon Dr. Yun suggested that Zac might have gotten oral surgery, which would explain his swollen jaw, which would happen if your wisdom teeth were taken out, or you had some kind of other intensive dental surgery. But fans were not happy about the doctor's comments and accused him of trying to capitalize on Zac's popularity to gain attention. Although he does look different now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. The actor went on both The Ellen Show and Jimmy Kimmel Live recently and just looked a whole lot more mature. In fact, he seemed to have really grown into his features in the best way possible. Number 9. Khloe Kardashian. The Keeping Up with the Kardashian star is known for being the funniest and most laid back of all the sisters, but over the years, fans have seen such a drastic change in her appearance that it can only be put down to excessive plastic surgery. And while the reality star isn't too outspoken when it comes to her past procedures, she has opened up once before about the reason behind her choice to go under the knife. Quote, "For me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she's had her third face transplant, but I've only had one nose job and everyone gets so upset. Like, why don't I talk about it? No one's ever asked me." She also revealed that she has done injections but not really Botox because when she tried it, her face responded horribly, but all the surgery was probably because of something deeper. In fact, later in the episode, Chloe explained how she experienced body image insecurity when doing photo shoots with her sisters, saying they would receive racks and racks of clothes and I was told by so many different stylists I was given about 2 or 3 pieces of clothing, but not to worry because I would be in the background anyway, which is pretty unfortunate because being treated like that would upset just about anybody. Number 8. Rebel Wilson. The Australian actress has been in comedy since the early 2000s, but her career really took off a decade later in movies like What to Expect When You're Expecting, Struck by Lightning, and of course Pitch Perfect. She's always been a huge health and body positive advocate and has frequently opened up about her health journey. But the reason Rebel Wilson looks so drastically different in 2022 is that she has actually been working on her health and fitness since late 2019, and she has seen massive results. In a candid interview with the BBC, she talked about the differences in how she's being treated now. Quote, "Sometimes being bigger, people don't necessarily look twice at you. Now that I'm in good shape, people offer to carry my groceries to the car and hold doors open for you. And you think, is this what other people experience all the time?" So even though Rebel seems to be a lot happier now, she's also pointed out something that's really worth discussing. Her health journey has been a very public one, so it's great that the actress has decided not to hold back when talking about all the challenges that she's faced throughout. And she's certainly become an inspiration for others to make positive changes to their health. Number 7. Miley Cyrus. The 29-year-old singer and actress has lived so many lives already. She's been a Disney star, a country singer, then she moved to R&B for a while and back into pop. Miley has always been an eccentric performer. I mean, who can forget twerking against Robin Thicke at the MTV VMAs in 2013? But her whole style and aesthetic did a complete 180 somewhere around 2020 when she started embracing all things rock and roll. These days she looks completely unrecognizable with a platinum blonde mullet, metallic blue smoky eyeshadow, and a blue and white striped dress. She actually looks like an 80s rock star. The aesthetic change appears to be part of her newest musical era for her newest rock album, Plastic Hearts. It's still up for debate whether Miley is going for a more grunge or glam rock, but it's clear that she's chosen a whole nother genre for herself when it comes to not only style but music. After hearing her cover of Blondie's Heart of Glass, which was released as a single in late September, it became clear to so many that her voice is really suited to rock and roll. Alongside her cover of Zombie by the Cranberries and her own song Midnight Sky, it seems like she's really grown into her voice and found the perfect look for the genre. Number 6. Adele. Ever since her music blew up in the early 2010s, the powerhouse singer has released hit after hit. Her albums 21, 25, and 30 became instant successes, with all 3 topping number 1 on nearly every worldwide music chart. But fans were really shocked in 2020 when Adele made a post on social media that showed her completely transformed look. In fact, she joked about the change in her opening monologue for SNL, saying, "I know I look really different since you last saw me, but actually because of all the COVID restrictions, I had to travel light and I could only bring half of me, and this is the half I chose." The 34-year-old looks extremely happy these days, and she's recently opened up about the healthy lifestyle changes she made that helped her lose 100 pounds in 2 years. But she knows that plenty of negative comments have surfaced about her new look, and she told British Vogue, "My body has been objectified my entire career. It's not just now. I understand why it's a shock. I understand why some women especially were hurt. Visually, I represent a lot of women, but I'm still the same person." So it's clear that Adele is very much herself, just with a newfound confidence. Number 5. Kesha. The singer shocked fans when she debuted her glamorous and sophisticated new look at the Studio 666 premiere in Hollywood. The 34-year-old was truly unrecognizable with a dark, short bob and a plain black dress in a major style transformation from her party girl days. Kesha wore a plunging, lace-up, short, tight black leather dress that accentuated both her chest and her legs. Her brunette hair was slicked back with natural-looking makeup. The Grammy Award winner has been known to drastically alter her appearance through the years, but her new, almost bare-faced look was a complete flip from her usual bright, eccentric style with heavy makeup and her signature long, wavy blonde hair. So making the change from blonde to brunette and chopping her hair into a chin bob length made all the difference performance in the world. But aside from desperately waiting for Kesha to release new music, fans are also longing for the conclusion of her lengthy legal battle with her former producer Dr. Luke, which has been ongoing since 2014. The defamation lawsuit against her seems like it's gonna go on forever at this stage, and it has really kept her career in a kind of limbo. But it's clear that she's already planning some kind of a comeback with her new style. Number 4. Linda Evangelista. The Canadian fashion model was undoubtedly one of the top supermodels from the 1990s and is regarded as one of the most accomplished and influential models of all time. In fact, she's been featured on over 700 magazine covers, but Linda hasn't really been seen in public very much in the last 5 years or so, and fans recently found out why. In September last year, she took to Instagram and revealed that she had undergone cool sculpting treatment to her face, which she says left her unrecognizable, as it allegedly caused fat cells in her face to multiply. Quote, "To my followers who have wondered why I have not been working while my peers' careers have been thriving, the reason is that I was brutally disfigured." She went on to say that the procedure actually did the opposite of what it was promised. In fact, what happened to her was a rare but serious side effect of cool sculpting, and the model said the treatment not only destroyed her livelihood, but sent her into a cycle of deep depression, profound sadness, and the lowest depths of self-loathing, which is extremely sad when you consider just how much it would have affected her self-esteem. Number 3. Iggy Azalea. The Australian rapper made her US debut in 2014 with the release of her first album, The New Classic, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard rap chart. From her collaborations with some of our favorite pop princesses to her gorgeous curves, Iggy Azalea has consistently commanded headlines all over the globe. But recently, a lot of it has been plastic surgery rumors, considering how much her appearance has changed over the years. Confirming the suspicions, the Aussie hitmaker admitted that she has had rhinoplasty. She said, "I'm not denying it. Denying it is lame. I don't think you should be ashamed if you've made a change to yourself, which is why I've spoken about the changes I've made, like with my breasts." Iggy was always pretty straightforward about her decision to have surgery, saying, "Your perception of yourself can change a lot over time, so I think it's important to wait and make sure it's the right choice. Plastic surgery is an emotional journey. It's no easy feat to live with your flaws and accept yourself, and it's no easy feat to change yourself. Either way you look at it, it's a tough journey." Which is a great message to get out there, considering that there's still a lot of stigma behind just admitting to having done plastic surgery in the first place. Number 2. Sharon Osbourne. The former The Talk panelist is no stranger to plastic surgery, and it really seemed to work with her over the years, considering her appearance was never altered too drastically. But all that changed in late 2021 when she got a facelift that, in her own words, ended up making her look like a cyclops. Quote, "I had a full facelift done in October, and I looked like one of those effing mummies that they wrap with bandages." She told the Sunday Times that the whole thing hurt like hell, but what was even worse is that all the pain never really paid off for her. Sharon said that after the more than 5-hour surgery, she was left looking horrendous, and she even told the surgeon, quote, "You've got to be effing joking. One eye was different to the other. I looked like an effing cyclops. All I need is a hunchback." It sounds funny, but it would have been a nightmare for her. Even her husband, Ozzy Osbourne, was totally against the results. Fortunately, she was able to undergo reconstructive work, and she's now a lot more satisfied with her appearance. And coming in at number 1, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Of all the famous twins in Hollywood, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen are probably the most mysterious. The former child stars announced an abrupt and permanent retirement from acting more than 15 years ago, and ever since then they've kept a low profile. But the twins are still hard at work on their fashion line and other business endeavors. But when photos surfaced over the years of Mary-Kate looking drastically different from Ashley, fans began speculating that one or both sisters may have had plastic surgery. People were pretty rude when it came to targeting the appearance of both of them, with some outlets reporting that Ashley underwent a botched facelift and that Mary-Kate looked a lot older. In fact, one plastic surgeon who spoke to Life and Style magazine insisted that the changes could have come from other factors, such as nicotine products or lifestyle changes. The sisters looked surprisingly similar when they were younger, which caused most people to assume that they were identical, but they're actually fraternal twins, which might help explain their physical differences now. The girls did have a brief chance to get back on the screens recently in the revival of their original show, Fuller House, but they just weren't interested in participating, which seemed to disappoint a lot of fans. But it only served to make them more mysterious as they continued to live ever so private lives.
In our number 1 spot is Charlotte Crosby. She's skyrocketed into fame after being an OG member of the reality show Geordie Shore for many seasons. People were quick to fall in love with her fun personality and also her natural beauty, which is why they were left left so shocked when she became the topic on a show called Celebrities, What Happened to Your Face? The show exposed her plastic surgery transformation, and fans were shocked to see how drastic her changes were. Charlotte has never denied having surgery and has always been open about it along the way, but she had a problem with how the show criticized her for it. She has admitted to Botox, fillers, and other plastic surgery procedures, but doctors have recently come forward sharing their concerns that her fillers were not done well. Dr. Sabrina Shadisai said, "You can see her lips are too full. The apple of her cheek is too big, almost like a golf ball. Good jobs are not visible, bad jobs are extremely visible." There is no denying that she looks different now, still beautiful though nonetheless, and I was a huge fan of the show. I think she's hilarious. Sniping our number 9 spot is Mel B. Let's be realistic for a second, because she is a former Spice Girl, I don't think she will ever be like unrecognizable. People will always know her as Scary Spice. But she has changed her look throughout her career, and if you aren't a Spice Girls fan, then there's a chance you wouldn't look twice if she passed by. She is still just as gorgeous as she was when she was in the girl group, but you can tell that she's had some work done. The singer admits to it though, doing countless interviews and admitting to having nips and tucks throughout the years. She's altered both her body and her face, and some of the work she has had done shows. When talking to Piers Morgan, she admitted that there are things about her body and appearance that she doesn't like, which is why she decided to have procedures done in the first place. She's always kept it very real though, which I can respect and appreciate. She once uploaded a picture of her getting cosmetic surgery and wrote, "I believe in being the best version of yourself, and I'm a great believer of looking and keeping your natural beauty, suggesting that cosmetic procedures are better than going under the knife sometimes," which a lot of people do, you know, like the Botox, the fillers. Yeah, not for me. I don't like needles. I wish there was another way. Coming up next, number 8 is Simon Cowell. While his brutally honest attitude hasn't changed much throughout the years, his appearance sure has. One thing that has fluctuated throughout his career is his weight, which has changed his appearance on different occasions, but he was always recognizable. I mean, he's Simon Cowell. It wasn't until he stepped out on the red carpet in 2020 looking very different with a new face and a new smile. Turns out he got a brand new set of teeth and had some work done to his face, which made him look really stiff, almost like plastic. But he didn't try to hide the fact he had plastic surgery done. He actually admitted to getting a facelift and explained that it hurt like hell. He was heavily criticized by the internet, with people saying that it looked like his surgeon did the procedure in the dark. It has settled down now more. Like, that didn't make sense. It has settled down more now, is what I meant to say. He looks back to himself. Moving on to number 7, we have Aubrey O'Day. She first gained fame from being one of the members of Danny D. Kane after competing to be in the group for 2 seasons on MTV's Making the Band competition show. The group eventually split, and she continued to grow her own solo career, changing her appearance along the way. She's appeared on different reality TV shows and has made headlines for her ever-changing looks. Despite photos and media showing how drastically different she looks now, she's always denied having plastic surgery done. She has admitted to some cosmetic procedures, but stands firm on not going under the knife. Because she denies it, people criticize her photos online, asking if it's just really heavy editing or if she's had work done. It also didn't help her case when paparazzi photos went viral online and showed her without any filters or makeup, showing her looking like a completely different person than what people see online. Caused a huge stir, and she said that the photos were tweaked to make her look worse than she really did, but no one was buying it. And spot number 6 is Kim Novak. She's been in the industry for decades now, so of course her appearance is going to change naturally over time. But she has admitted that her changes have not always been natural, and admitted to getting plastic surgery, even revealing that she has regretted some of the choices. Fans quietly watched her looks change throughout the years, but they were shocked in 2014 when she showed up to the Academy Awards looking very different. Turns out she'd received facial injections not long before that, and it left quite the difference on her face. Viewers took her new look to Twitter and reacted to the change, saying that she needed to sue her plastic surgeon because her procedures looked botched. In a newer interview, actually just a few months ago, she says that receiving fat injections in her face was the worst thing she's ever done. The reason she actually got the procedure done in the first place was because she felt insecure and didn't want to get a facelift done, so she went with the injections instead. But it didn't really work out in her favor. Yeah, like I would try injections before I try going under a frickin' knife, but I want neither. They scare me. Halfway through our countdown, at number 5, we have Kim Bierman. As one of the original housewives on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, she became popular very quickly with her outrageous personality. Her career skyrocketed at that point, and over the years she has caused some controversy for her apparent love for plastic surgery. In 2016, she did an intimate interview with E! Online where she revealed that she's had several plastic surgeries over the years and is not afraid to get more. She said, "I will always nip and tuck if I feel the need to do so, but I am open about it. I don't care. You only go around one time, and I especially understand that, and life is very short, so there's no reason for me to lie." But even though she looks great for being a mom of 6 kids, people criticized her for encouraging her 18-year-old daughter to get lip injections. Not only did she support it, but she actually took her daughter to the best clinic in town to do so, and they documented it, and fans just had a lot to say about that. Cruising to number 4, we have Teresa Guides. Now I probably said that wrong, so all you Real Housewives fans, don't come at me. She is another Real Housewives star who has changed her looks drastically, but she's a member of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. There's a lot of them. When looking at photos of her then versus now, there's no denying that she looks like a different person. Oftentimes, fans have questioned her online about going under the knife, asking what work she has had done to achieve her new look. She's never openly talked about the details, but a plastic surgeon named Dr. Frank Agulo revealed his opinion and said, "Teresa has probably undergone a full facelift with a possible neck lift and fat injections in the face." Other doctors have also come forward as well, saying that a possible nose job could have been done based on their professional opinion. Despite what she has had done though, she has been able to keep her youthful looks, and people just know that she has had some cosmetic help. You might as well admit it. Taking over the 3rd spot is Blac Chyna. We can imagine how hard it would be to hide your plastic surgery when you are in the Hollywood limelight, but it would be even harder when you are in connection to the Kardashian family. She was in a relationship with Rob Kardashian, even having a child with him, a daughter named Dream. In recent times, she's been candid about her transformations and admitted to getting procedures on both her body and her face. She spoke on the Wendy Williams show and admitted that she got lipo done, had a butt augmentation, and also had 4 breast augmentations done throughout the years, both to make them bigger and to make them smaller. But ever since having her daughter, she said it is just becoming too much. As for her face, she has admitted to cosmetic procedures and removing her face piercings, which ended up leaving her with dimples on her cheeks, so if you ever wondered where those are from, it is because she had piercings. The holes from her piercings have now closed up, but she's left with those dimples, which I didn't know. I thought she just had dimples. In spot number 2, we have Elon Musk. For years now, people have been debating whether or not he has had cosmetic procedures done, and if so, what exactly he has had done. While there has been no confirmation from him, people are convinced that he has had a facelift and also a hair transplant. Photos will show that his hairline was once very receding, and now he has a full head of hair, but it also shows his face taking on a very different shape and very smooth skin, almost like wax. People didn't really notice his drastic change in appearance until recently, when an old photo of him started getting passed around online. There were a lot of inconsistencies in his appearance, and people have debated whether it's just Botox, if it's a facelift surgery, or if it's other kinds of enhancements. Like I said though, there are no confirmations on what the answer is, so I will let you guys be the judge. Let me know in the comments. Coming in hot at number 1 is Mama June. Her real name is June Shannon, but she earned the name Mama June on the hit series Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. She first surprised fans with a completely different look after losing a significant amount of weight. Reports say when she was doing the show, she was around 460 pounds. She ended up having gastric surgery in May 2016 and then later had a tummy tuck. She then went on to have her own reality show called Mama June From Not Too Hot, where she filmed her journey journey of losing over 300 pounds by working out with a trainer a few times a week and changing her diet. But her body is not the only thing that has changed. She has also had plastic surgery done to her face, which has also dramatically changed her appearance. We're not sure what exact procedures she has had done. Reports say she got her teeth fixed and underwent cosmetic procedures, which could mean a variety of things. So, haven't been able to nail down just exactly what. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is Bella Hadid. The famous model is beautiful nonetheless, but her transformation goes under the radar sometimes, with people not realizing how much her appearance has changed. But she's always been very defensive when it comes to rumors that claim she's had plastic surgery done and other procedures like face fillers. During a 2018 interview, she responded to comments on it and said, "People think I got all this surgery or did this or that. And you know what? We can do a scan on my face, darling. I'm scared of putting fillers in my lips. I wouldn't want to mess up my face." But looking at photos from the start of her career in 2010 until now, she looks completely different. And if it isn't surgery or cosmetic procedures, what caused the drastic change? She's denied everything, so maybe one day she will give us a real answer. Up next, number 9, we have Sharon Osbourne. Unlike Bella, Sharon has always been very open and honest about her journey with plastic surgery. In 2016, she admitted that she was on her 3rd face at that point and revealed she hasn't always liked the work that she's had done. She said, "In a lot of shots, my face looks plastic, and at certain angles, I'm like, oh dear, I should have never done that." But that has not stopped her from getting more done. In September of 2019, on the premiere of The Talk, she shared with the audience that she had gotten a facelift 5 weeks prior. She said she had her neck done to make her face look more refreshed. You wouldn't think she looks much different in more recent times because she's been getting work done for a while now, but when you see her before pictures, you really get to see just how much her face has changed throughout her life. Honestly, didn't even know what she looked like before until I saw that. I was like, what? Different person. Sniping our number 8 spot, we have the Bogdanov brothers. Igor and Grishka Bogdanov are identical twins known for being French TV presenters, producers, and scientific writers. But they are also known for their very drastic plastic surgery transformation, which has gotten the attention of media all over the world. Back in the 1970s, they were known for their handsome looks and were sharing screen time before they got addicted to cosmetic surgery. In 2010, it was reported that they each had a number of chin and cheek implants as well as fillers and Botox. But a little too much of all of the above because their face looks permanently swollen all the time and they now have a very cat-like look to them. When seeing the before and after pictures, it is crazy to see how much their face has changed. In spot number 7, we have Priscilla Presley. She will always be under a spotlight after being Elvis Presley's ex. How could you not be? But in 2018, media outlets were focused on her with rumors going around claiming she had even more plastic surgery done. People criticized her hard on social media, saying that she looks like she had a mask on. She has spoken about some of her botched cosmetic procedures in the past, saying that she has had industrial low-grade silicone injected into her face. She described it as being something similar to what mechanics use to grease car parts. Her botched procedure led to an investigation, with that doctor being sentenced to 18 months in federal prison. Some of his injections caused lumps, paralysis, and holes in his client's face. So Priscilla had to undergo even more procedures to try and correct the mistakes that he made, and unfortunately, this drastically changed her appearance. Taking over spot number 6 is Kenny Rogers. He never seemed to have a problem with the ladies, often praised for his handsome looks, but at one point in his life he decided to make some changes to his appearance, and now he says he regrets it. During a CBS interview, he got very personal and talked about his decision to get eye lift surgery and said, "The guy who did it was one of the world's best, but he just had this concept that the edge of your eyes had to be higher than a certain place, and I regret that." He does look very different in the before and after comparison because the eye lift kind of changes the whole look and shape of his face. Plus, reports also claim that he has had Botox done as well, which has also altered his appearance. But not the worst one we've seen on this list. Halfway through our list, at number 5 is Adrienne Balin. People started telling her she looks like one of the Kardashians Kardashian sisters now after seeming to have work done on her face. Fans started calling her out after her pictures online showed her lips looking more plump and her face taking a more contoured shape. Adrienne has been open about going under the knife for her breast implants when she was just 19 years old, but claims she's never touched her face. During an interview in 2014, she said she would never touch her face, but people don't believe that she's stuck to her word now that her face looks drastically different. A plastic surgeon even chimed in on the situation and said, "I think she's had rhinoplasty and lip filler and maybe cheek augmentation as well. Her lower lip used to be twice as thick as her upper lip, now they are almost the same thickness." Regardless, she's still beautiful. I honestly think people are just still holding on to her from looking like the Cheetah Girls. I mean, I kind of do that. I just remember her as the girl from the Cheetah Girls. Here now at number 4 is Tori Spelling. Just last month, she was making headlines for allegedly getting more plastic surgery done, but this was not the first time that this has happened. After rumor mills started claiming she had even more work done on her face, she finally commented on it while talking to The Sun. She said, "People have been talking about me having plastic surgery since I was 17. It's the one thing that has stayed with me my entire career." She's revealed in the past that she has had a nose job and her breasts done, but says that she hasn't had anything since. She said that when people say she's had extensive amounts of plastic surgery done over years, that is simply not true. But because of how drastic her face changes seem to be, people don't believe that she has not touched her face since then. It seems like more than just one nose job was done, but she has not admitted to anything else. She did admit though that she looks very different, revealing that her kids don't even recognize her in reruns of 90210. Rolling into our third spot is Yolanda Hadid. Though the model has been very open about her own plastic surgery transformation, she insists her daughters Bella Hadid and Gigi Hadid have never had any. The former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star has always been honest about her decisions to get cosmetic procedures done to both her body and face, but in 2019 she said she is finally done with it. She posted a photo in lingerie on Instagram and captioned it, "Finally back to the original 1964, living in a body free of breast implants, fillers, Botox, extensions, and all the other stuff I thought I needed." In 2015, she revealed she had issues with her breast implants after they had ruptured and leaked into her chest cavity. She then started spreading awareness in hopes that people would educate themselves before making big decisions, and she now encourages people to fall in love with their internal beauty as well. Taking over our number 2 spot is LaToya Jackson. When seeing her transformation pictures side by side, you probably wouldn't even believe that the two photos were the same person. It's no secret that the Jackson family has had their fair share of cosmetic procedures done, each of them making headlines for it at one point in time. LaToya was making headlines in 2017 for being one nose job away from completely losing her nose. Paparazzi photos got the attention of some of America's top plastic surgeons who claim that she could literally lose her nose if she gets more work done. They pointed out that the outer flare of her nostrils have been overly narrowed to a point of near disappearance. Dr. Lyle Back said that each surgery on the face carries the risk of more collapsing and said that it could be almost impossible for her to breathe through if she continues to get work done. And I've seen photos of people who lose their nose. It is terrifying. That's a thing. You can literally just lose your nose. In our number 1 spot is Khloe Kardashian. All the Kardashian sisters make headlines for their ever-changing looks, but Khloe seems to get the most heat for hers since her change might be the most drastic. It seems like she got fed up with all the rumors though and decided to talk about it after people started claiming she had a face transplant. During the recent Keeping Up with the Kardashians reunion, she addressed the accusations and admitted to all the cosmetic procedures she has had done. For the first time ever, she admitted to getting a nose job, Botox, and fillers. She admitted that she responded horribly to Botox and said that she had other injections done. Her body has also changed significantly throughout her career, which is also why people point out that she has had the biggest transformation out of all her sisters. Regardless though, in my opinion, she's always been beautiful, and she says the reason she never spoke about what she's had done is because people criticize her no matter what. American Pie movie series. And even though we would tell her she was always gorgeous, she decided to get some work done in 2006. At the time, she got a procedure called liposculpting, which ended up going horribly wrong. She talked about it and said the surgery completely botched her stomach and she could no longer book roles that had her in bikinis or with her stomach showing, which was normally required in the roles that she did book. She also said her breast implants were botched by the same doctor, so she didn't have a very pleasant experience. Fans are still surprised to see just how different she looks now compared to when we were first introduced to her. In spot number 7, we have Axl Rose. The legendary Guns N' Roses singer disappeared disappeared in the mid-90s when the band started to fall out, but when he returned down the road, he had a completely new look, and that is when the rumor mill started claiming that he had a facelift that totally changed his face. Articles began saying that he had Botox injections, face fillers, a facelift, but he did not speak out about the claims at that time. It wasn't until an interview in 2015 when he finally commented on it, saying that he has never had plastic surgery. Despite his denial, people did not believe him, and articles still read that he has had work done, including hair transplants. Even doctors have come forward about the topic, suggesting the specific things he has had done to keep his face and skin looking so youthful throughout these years. There's just no way your face will change unless you have stuff done to it. I don't get it. Making her way into number 6, we have Janet Jackson. Her ageless beauty has been a topic of conversation for years now, and rumors sparked that she may have had a helping hand from a plastic surgeon. But despite the thousands of claims, she has only ever admitted to having a nose job done and insists that she's never gone under the knife otherwise. Experts have come forward saying they believe she has had work done though. A surgeon from the MYA Cosmetic Surgery said, "I believe Janet has had an upper/lower face and neck lift. Facelift scars are normally hidden in the hairline and around the back of the ear to keep scarring discreet." She also suggested that she has had Botox done on her forehead and around her eyes. But even with an expert's opinion and the world claiming that she has had plastic surgery, she still always denied it. Regardless, she still looks a lot different than she did before, and that's as much as we know about it. Halfway through at number 5, we have Joan Van Ark. Articles have printed titles reading, "How Plastic Surgery Damaged Joan Van Ark's Career." So this situation would be hard to deny, like some of the other celebrities on our list. Janet Jackson, I'm looking at you. The actress was known for being a total stunner at the peak of her career, but her look has changed dramatically thanks to plastic surgery. In January 2020, one source who saw the actress told the Globe that it looked like her face was melting. Well-known plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Oon talked about her appearance and said, "I suspect she's had at least one facelift, if not two, causing her neckline and jawline to look tight. Her forehead is smooth and wrinkle-free, a possible consequence of a brow lift and Botox." She's never openly talked about her big transformation, but a source close to her said she's never liked the way she looked and once just had the money to burn on plastic surgery. I feel like that's the case for a lot of people. You get the money for it. It becomes more tempting, I'm sure, when you have the money to do it. Rolling into spot number 4 is JWoww, real name being Jenny Farley. You would know her as JWoww from the reality TV show Jersey Shore. She became a staple to the show, and one thing she was always known for was her huge breast implants. She flaunted them and loved the jokes and memes that came from it. But throughout the years, she decided to have other procedures done, and in 2009, she first debuted a new look. She claimed at the time that she'd never gone under the knife on her face and only had Botox done. But people were not buying it because the change just seemed too drastic. Even in more recent years, she looks different than she did in 2009. Fans got to actually see her undergo a facelift procedure on the reboot Jersey Shore Family Vacation. She wasn't able to travel on the show with the rest of the cast for a period of time because she was recovering, and her face was severely swollen because she got a blood clot. She eventually healed though and looks beautiful nonetheless. She just looks different. I actually watched that episode when her face got the blood clot and she was like, ugh, and holy moly, it looked painful. Taking over our 3rd spot is Jennifer Grey. This is another time when a celebrity deeply regretted their plastic surgery because of the damage it did to their career. Her look changed so much throughout the years that she said it's what cost her her whole career. The Dirty Dancing star was known for her distinctive looks when she first broke out into the Hollywood limelight. But she made the decision to get rhinoplasty early on into her career, and it was the worst decision she's ever made. Her words, not mine. She spoke about it during an interview and said, "I went into the operating room as a celebrity and came out anonymous. It was like being in a witness protection program or being invisible. I'll always be the once famous actress nobody recognizes because of a nose job." It's hard to say if she's had more work done since then, but fans are certain she has, as she looks different now than she did after the rhinoplasty. But fans do appreciate how open and honest she has been about her journey. Up next, number 2, we have Chloe Ferry. The Geordie Shore star has faced a ton of criticism online for the drastic change in her appearance, with fans saying she has gone over overboard with the plastic surgery. You would hardly recognize the 25-year-old after she spent almost $100,000 on her surgeries in recent years. She admits to having 3 nose jobs, 2 breast augmentations, a butt lift, Botox, and fillers. The decision came unexpectedly when she made the decision to alter her natural beauty, but now she said she's finally done with it. She said it has been hard though to fight her addiction. She recently did an interview and said, "As soon as I started on the show in 2015, I was obsessed with surgery. When I met Charlotte and seen her lips, I was like, I need them. And now I've had the most work done out of all the cast." But she claims that she is finally done with it and says the lockdown actually helped her reflect and learn to love her looks for how she is now. Winning the #1 place, whether he wants it or not, is Dane Cook. There haven't been many red carpet events in the past year because of this pandemic, but photos of Dane Cook on a previous red carpet went viral because of how different his face looked. The photos, which came from a red carpet event in 2019, actually went viral during the 2020 pandemic when people started sharing them online with the caption, "What the F happened to Dane Cook?" referring to his face and how different he looked. Fans started speculating that plastic surgery was the reason for his transformation. Dane has responded to these types of rumors in the past, saying that he has had work done, and says that he has not and that it is all about a healthy lifestyle. In 2018, he did an interview and said, "So many weirdos DMing me asking why I wax my eyebrows or use Botox. It's called healthy living, my friends. Never drank or did drugs. I've had a dermatologist for years to help me keep my skin nice with constant travel, drink mostly water." But after seeing the 2019 pictures, people do not believe him. Tell me what you think. Is it because he has a dermatologist? Or is it because he had work done? Come on. In our #10 spot is Heidi Montag. If you watched her drastic plastic surgery transformation on The Hills, then you will never forget seeing her big reveal for the first time. She got the title of the plastic surgery queen after doing the impossible and going through 10 surgeries in one day. A very dangerous decision and one that she regrets. She has talked about it since and said that she was actually dead on the table at one point and did not know if she was going to make it out alive. The long list of surgeries include a brow lift, Botox in her face, a nose job, a chin reduction, fat injections in the cheeks, ears pinned back, nasolabial folds, lip, neck, waist, hip and thigh, liposuction, breast implants to a size F, a butt augmentation, and her back curved. At the time, she said she felt the pressures of Hollywood to look a certain way, but now she says that she would take it all back if she could, and even encourages other women to really think about it before considering plastic surgery. Next up at #9 is Dolly Parton. The queen of country music has always been known for her look, including her plastic surgery. It is no secret, and she's never been shy talking about it. At 75 years old, she still looks youthful as ever, and that is because she is not afraid of a little plastic surgery. In 2019, she did an interview with CBS Sunday Morning and admitted that she knows she looks artificial and is okay with it. She said, "It is true that I look artificial, but I believe that I'm totally real. My look is really based on a country girl's idea of glam. I wasn't naturally pretty, so I make the most of anything I've got." She really is particular about her looks, revealing that she even sleeps with a full face of makeup on in case of emergency. But she's also the first person to poke fun at herself and her journey with plastic surgery. How could we ever forget the famous quote from 2011 when she said, "If something is bagging, sagging, or dragging, I'll tuck it, suck it, or pluck it." Moving on to #8, we have Wayne Newton. He was once a fresh-faced kid from Norfolk who became a legendary Las Vegas entertainer and vocalist. But similar to a lot of other celebrities, it seems he felt the pressure to keep his good looks as he got older. In June of 2018, he made an appearance on The Bachelorette and shocked fans with a different face, everyone saying he looked like a wax replica of himself. According to a plastic surgeon expert, Dr. Brian Glatt, Wayne simply just took things too far. He said, "The look is very overdone and artificial. His cheeks are bursting at the seams from overfill of Botox injections." The internet also had a lot to say about it, mocking him all over Twitter for being the poster for overdoing plastic surgery. As we know, people can be very cruel online, and real life, but Wayne clearly felt he needed it and made the decision for himself. Cruising into #7, we have Carrot Top. It's never been confirmed that he has had plastic surgery, but it has been up for debate ever since his face looked reinvented. In more recent years, it appears that the comedian has undergone multiple plastic surgery procedures, but he's always denied the claims. Professional plastic surgeons have come forward about the topic and speculated that it looks like he had cosmetic procedures done to give him his smooth face and an excessively arched brow. But regardless, the comedian says he wears makeup and that is why he looks different. However, just a few days ago, a fan spotted him on the streets and filmed him for a TikTok, and it immediately went viral. People started a TikTok trend where they react to the video of him, mocking how different he looks than when his career first started. His behavior in the video was also very strange, so that had other people speculating that he was on something, if you know what I mean. Sniping our number 6 spot, we have Donatella Versace. The designer is another celebrity to not openly admit or discuss her plastic surgery, so it too has been a big debate for a while now. Although just by looking at then and now pictures, it's almost impossible to think that her face changed that drastically naturally. While she admits that she doesn't look like this genetically, she says her transformation happened due to her beauty regimen. During an interview, she said, "I'm not like this genetically. I use tons of cream and take care of my hair and skin." One thing she did admit to was Botox, revealing that she had it done in the past, only on her face, but said that it is no longer part of her beauty routine, which most people do not believe. She has looked this way for a long time now though, so you really only know how drastic her change is when you see older pictures of her. Halfway through our list, number 5, we have Katie Price. After being given the title of a glamour icon in the 90s, she struggled with wanting to hold on to her youthful looks that she became known for. She's always been beautiful, but she's also been open about the fact that she felt the pressure to look a certain way in the spotlight. She admits to going under the knife dozens of times to alter her overall appearance. She spent so much money on the procedures that in 2019 she was declared bankrupt. Her family has also been very public about her transformation, claiming that she was addicted to plastic surgery and wanted her to seek help for it. It has been a very long journey for her, an expensive and painful one, but in recent times she is trying to settle down with it. She has given herself time to heal from all the surgeries, and she also cut her hair into a short bob to try and have a more natural look. Coming in hot at number 4 is Janice Dickinson. She has been described as the world's first supermodel and had a wildly successful modeling career in the 1970s and 1980s to back that statement up. She later served as a judge on 4 seasons of America's Next Top Model and started her own modeling agency in 2005. So modeling has been a huge part of her life, and it might be why she turned to plastic surgery to keep up with her own appearance, even though she has always been stunning. But unlike some of the other celebrities on our list who chose to not talk about it, she has always been very open about her plastic surgery. She actually loves talking about the extensive work that she has gotten over the years. During an interview, she actually admitted and said, "I live for plastic surgery." She has had Botox, a facelift, different cosmetic procedures, a tummy tuck, and fillers. In our 3rd spot is Jessica Alves, formerly known as Rodrigo Alves, or the Human Ken doll. Jessica skyrocketed into the spotlight when she was Rodrigo because he had transformed his entire body into looking like a human doll. But in recent times, he transformed into Jessica, and now she looks like a human Barbie doll. So from this point forward, I will be using her new pronouns, she and her. Jessica has spent over £650,000 on more than 60 operations to transform herself into Ken, and then over £100,000 to transform into her current female body. The transformation from Rodrigo to Ken was drastic. You would never recognize that it was the same person, which is why she got so famous in the first place. But even the transformation from Ken to Barbie is big, and now Rodrigo is completely out of the appearance, which is what she ultimately wanted. She has opened up about how happy she is now, saying that she just reached a point where she could not live as a man anymore, even if it was a Ken doll. Making her way into number 2 is Meg Ryan. Over the last few years, articles have posted headlines claiming that plastic surgery ruined her career, but she has never confirmed getting the work done. In 2015, she denied having plastic surgery, but the rumors have never stopped because she looks so different. People have accused her of feeling the pressure of Hollywood, which is why she took a break and disappeared from the spotlight for a while. She has talked about her break and said that she left because she was burned out and felt isolated at the time. But when she came back around, she looked a lot different, and people have criticized her appearance ever since they saw just how different she looks compared to the beginning of her career. But Meg says that she blames ageism on her career as an actor not progressing. She said Hollywood and audiences were just too limited because people would not see her as anything other than a young blonde love interest. We have made it to number 1 and we have Mickey Rourke. People got used to his looks after being in the Hollywood spotlight for decades now. He was often praised for his looks. He was a hunk, to say the least. Which is why people were left in shock after paparazzi photos surfaced and showed him looking like a different person. There was a reason for his journey with plastic surgery though, and it all started when his acting career seemed to hit a dead end. At that point, he decided he would go back to his first passion, which was boxing. Throughout his time fighting, he suffered from injuries like a split tongue, a compressed cheekbone, and broken ribs. It was then when he decided to have reconstructive surgery on his face. So it wasn't all for cosmetic reasons, he actually did a lot of damage to the structure of his face. But he has openly talked about it and admitted that he went to the wrong plastic surgeon the first time and was left with botched results. He had to undergo more surgeries to correct the previous ones, which ultimately changed his whole appearance. As of 2017, it was recorded that he had 5 nose jobs total. Beginning our countdown at number 10 is Pamela Anderson. The Baywatch icon started making headlines in 2018 after looking unrecognizable at the Cannes Film Festival. She will always be an icon, but people still hold onto her looks from Baywatch, so now that she looks different, people say she looks like a totally different person. At the festival, she ditched the heavy makeup and the hair extensions and showed off more of her natural beauty. But that just showed people how different her face looks now after having work done throughout the years. She's always been transparent about her cosmetic procedures and says that beauty does play a part in her happiness. She said, "I know it sounds like a cliche, but happiness has a lot to do with beauty. Calm, peacefulness, and not constant stress are very, very important to feeling beautiful and confident." So even though she looks different than the girl in the red bathing suit running down the beach, she is still beautiful and more importantly, she is happy. Up next, number 9, we have Gene Simmons. The 71-year-old rock star changed his face by going under the knife, but says he would not recommend anyone else to get plastic surgery despite the fact. He and his wife Shannon Tweed had his and her facelifts together back in 2007, and even though he doesn't regret it, he wouldn't suggest it. He talked about his cosmetic procedures and said, "I don't recommend anything that I've done to anyone. Just because I order something off the menu doesn't mean you should." He actually went under the knife on his reality TV show Gene Simmons' Family Jewels, where he tried to prove that couples who get surgery together stay together. His wife spoke about her decision to get it done with him at the time and said, "I didn't want him to look younger than me." Good news is they are still together. So maybe couples who do get plastic surgery together really do stay together. I'm not doing it though. I'd rather be single. I'd rather be freaking single. Moving on to number 8, we have Lil' Kim. For years now, media outlets have written countless articles about how plastic surgery damaged her career. She was once causing waves in the male-dominated field of rap music back in the late 90s and early 2000s. But over the years, her career seemed to fade out. She received heavy criticism for the drastic change in her look, but then she opened up about why she changed her face so much. She has opened up about it and said she always felt like she wasn't pretty, and she first got plastic surgery after getting facial injuries caused by an ex-boyfriend. During a physical altercation, she was left with a broken nose, black eyes, and then she went under the knife to fix her nose. But then the injuries just continued after that as she stayed in the relationship, and she kept undergoing different procedures, which she covered up by saying she was having an allergic reaction and that's why her face was swollen. In recent years, she said that she cheated by using plastic surgery, saying that she didn't think she was good enough and thought that plastic surgery would make her feel better about herself. This makes me so sad because I've written other lists about her in the past about plastic surgery and stuff, and I just thought she got it. I had no idea the backstory, anything like that. And it's like, man, the poor thing. In spot number 7, we have Renee Zellweger. Throughout the decades of her career, we have seen the actress transform her body and looks into the roles that she's playing, but off screen her look changed too. Some people say her journey with plastic surgery actually cost her her career at one point in time. She took a 6-year hiatus, and plastic surgery and the pressure she was feeling might have something to do with it. But she is happy that people talk about how different she looks now. During a more recent interview, she said, "I'm glad folks think I look different. I am living a different, happy, more fulfilling life, and I am thrilled that perhaps it shows. For a while, she dodged questions about getting work done on her face, but then later admitted to altering her face and having surgery on her eyes. The reason for doing so? She told the press, "It is no secret a woman's worth has historically been measured by her appearance." I'm curious, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's keep it calm, cool, collected in the comments below, but let's talk about it. I think she brings up a good point. Cruising into number 6, we have Barry Manilow. For years now, fans have wondered just how much plastic surgery he has gotten, but they never got a direct answer from him. According to several media outlets, he has undergone a facelift, eyelid surgery, cheek implants, a nose job, and got Botox injections. But in 2003, he made headlines for reportedly getting both an upper and lower facelift, which changed his appearance drastically. However, a month before that, he had confessed he broke his nose and would have to undergo surgery for it, and some people believe that that was just a story he told beforehand as a way to cover up the plastic surgery he was going to get a month later. When he was being asked personally about his face and if he has had work done, he never really talks about it. He just simply says that he inherited his smooth skin from his father. So unless he talks about it openly, we may never know the exact truth. Halfway through the list at number 5 is Alexa Ray Joel. Billy Joel's daughter was making headlines after her changing look shocked everyone when she stepped out for her performance in New York City in 2018. It is always a big change seeing celebrity kids grow up because naturally they're going to look a lot different, but the 28-year-old's new face was turning heads and people were quick to speculate that she has undergone the knife. She denied claims that she had work done to her face besides the nose job, which she admitted to way back in 2010, but people weren't buying it. She posted a long caption on Instagram to comment on the rumors and said that her changing face was simply the magic of her makeup artist. She wrote, "I would just like to add that all of the continuously circulating rumors that I have had extensive face work and undergone breast augmentation are simply and entirely false." She reminded her fans she only had a nose job in 2010 and stood firm on the fact that she has had no other work done. Here now at number 4, we have Kylie Jenner. Now I know she will never be unrecognizable because she is Kylie Jenner and she's become known for her current look, but she has not always looked like this. Anyone who's become a fan of her in recent years would think that she's always looked this way, but have you ever looked at her before pictures next to her current ones? In recent years, people have criticized her changing look and rumors started claiming that she had gone under the knife, but she has never admitted to that. In 2015, she told Cosmopolitan, "You guys have watched me grow up since I was 9. My face is going to get different. Now I know how to do my own makeup, contour, and everything. I'm not against surgery. I would never say no, but I don't desire it right now." But since that was in 2015 and she said she's not against it, people think that in recent years she might have had some work done besides her breasts and butt, which we all know about, obviously. In our third spot is Lisa Rinna. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills standout told Daily Mail that getting lip injections at 24 paved the path for her beauty brand. She has made jokes during interviews saying that her lips have had a career of their own because they started making headlines since the moment that she got them done. The feedback wasn't very positive, but she said as the years went on, people were more accepting of them. From that, she created her own lip beauty brand and sold kits which had lip liner, lip gloss, lipstick. That way people could achieve the same look but without getting fillers. So was she before Kylie or what? Who did it first? It is not just her lips that have changed though. When seeing before pictures of her, you would think it is a totally different person. Media outlets often say she has gone overboard with her appearance after living her life as one of the Real Housewives, but she has always remained confident despite the rumors and criticism. Taking over spot number 2 is Melanie Griffith. It's really no surprise that her look has changed over the years since she's been in the spotlight for so long now. But she has always been open about her decisions to get plastic surgery despite facing a lot of criticism for it. When she first got the work done, she said she didn't realize just how drastic the changes were until people started pointing it out, asking her what happened to her face. She revealed that it got so bad to a point that she went to a different doctor and started dissolving some of the previous stuff that her other doctor had put in. But that was back in 2017. In 2020, more rumors sparked up again, claiming that she had even more work done in recent months, altering her appearance even more. No confirmation has been given on the recent plastic surgery, but it is no secret that changes were made and she admitted to them in the past. Winning our #1 place is Amanda Lepore. The trans singer and model gained fame for her changing appearance and was given the title of the most expensive body on earth. She is famously known for her numerous plastic surgeries and the fact that she is a totally new person now. She did a tell-all about her transition in her book called Doll Parts and explained that she started her transition at just 15 years old when she started taking hormones. So for her, she doesn't want to be recognized as who she was before all of the surgery. So what does the most expensive body on earth have done? She confessed to eye surgery to make her eyes bigger and more doll-like, a breast augmentation, a forehead lift, butt implants, lip injections, and having her bottom ribs broken so she could achieve a smaller waist. It has been reported that the total cost of all of her cosmetic surgeries is well over $1 million, but she does not know the exact amount. So technically she might not have the most expensive, but she still holds the title. Beginning the list at number 10 is Harry Styles. The singer started his career as a teenage heartthrob in the boy band One Direction after they grew fame on the show The X Factor. But over time, the band grew apart and Harry released his debut solo album in 2017 called Harry Styles. It was basically his official introduction as a solo artist. He's had a super successful solo career, but one thing that has changed the most is his style and overall appearance. Fans were used to seeing him with his curly brown locks and boy band style for so many years that he shocked fans when he became an icon of gender-neutral fashion. He caused massive controversy in 2020 when he posed on the cover of Vogue magazine wearing a dress. While a lot of people applauded it, others did not agree with it. But Harry does not care what other people think. He wears whatever he wants, he paints his nails different colors, he has tattoos, and he changes his hairstyle very often. In spot number 9, we have Millie Bobby Brown. Finding a child star who would be comfortable shaving their head must have been a very big challenge for the creators of Stranger Things, but then they met Millie, who was more than willing to. The actress broke out into the Hollywood limelight after she took on the lead role as Eleven in the TV series. She was known for her character's look, which was a shaved head, but as the years went on, her hair began to grow back, which naturally just changed her look drastically. Her natural look was one that many people loved, but they also enjoyed seeing her grow up into her own style outside of Eleven. She was just 12 years old when she got the role, and she is now 17 and looks a lot different after coming into her own style. She now has shoulder-length hair, which is sometimes brown and sometimes blonde, and there have even been occasions where she rocks really long hair extensions, making her look totally different. Cruising into number 8, we have Patrick Schwarzenegger. Okay, so if you're just looking at his face, then he would look pretty much as he always does. But without a shirt on, you might not realize that it's him. He shocked his fans recently when he shared his 50-day transformation, showing off his fitness transformation, which has him looking a lot different. To sum it up, he basically just looks jacked now. He showed off his muscles in some transformation pictures and wrote, "Getting in the best shape of my life, both physically and mentally." He talked about his transformation and said that he enjoys creating goals and challenges for himself, and said that everything takes time and that fitness was all of that for him. To be honest, I always thought he had like a ripped body, but he did not. In spot number 7 is Bella Hadid. 2020 brought on a lot of changes for people, especially hair transformations. It's safe to say that in quarantine, people often get the itch to cut their hair or dye it, and Bella seemed to be one of these people. In January 2021, she showed off her new hairstyle, which was channeling Ginger Spice from the Spice Girls. It all began just before Christmas when the model joined forces with editorial hairstylist Ivani Frosto. From what started as brown hair turned into brassy orange and bronze streaks surrounding her face. She talked about the new do and said, "We both are really inspired by the 90s, and during that time it was all about streaks and chunky highlights. The colors back then were warmer, which added to the nostalgic feel." You don't normally see models adding funky colors in their hair unless it's for a photo shoot or something, so this was a fun surprise and Bella absolutely kills it. I once tried red chunky highlights in my hair. It did not look good at all. Taking over the number 6 spot is Rebel Wilson. For the past year, her weight loss journey has been all over Instagram as she marked her progress in her health and fitness journey. She's been open and honest with her fans along the way and shared all updates as she progressively started to lose weight. But a few days ago, she debuted a swimsuit photo for the first time after sharing that she had lost over 60 pounds. After she posted the beach selfie, her comment section was filled with inspiring messages from her fans. They praised her for her hard work as they've watched her progress and they've watched her do it in a very healthy way over the last year or so. She was gorgeous before and she is just as gorgeous now, but she does look a lot different as most people would if they lost 60 pounds. Halfway through our list at number 5 is Modson. If you weren't already a fan of his music, then you probably came to know him for being Bella Thorne's boyfriend and husband for a period of time. His look was always unique, which made him hard to miss in a crowd, but he has altered his appearance since then. A lot has changed in his personal life, which might be a reflection of his appearance. In more recent times, he is now dating Avril Lavigne and even collaborated with her on a new song, which gave him his first TV performance debut on Jimmy Kimmel Live. As for his appearance, fans never thought that he would cut off his long locks, but he did, and he cut it short. He cut it into a faux hawk and dyed it lime green to be exact. People are not only loving his new look, but they love his relationship too. And by people, I mean me. I love Avril Lavigne and I think they're so cute. Coming in hot at number 4 is Ciara. The singer made headlines recently for her newest hair transformation because it made her look like a totally different person. On May 29th, she went on Instagram to show off her new deep red hair color and extra long locks. She debuted the new rusty hair color just in time for Memorial Day and fans were loving it. Ciara tagged her longtime hairstylist in the post who explained that the color is basically just a bright red but muted tone, so it has that rusty hue to it. Her hairstylist, Cesar Ramirez, is famous for their work and has also worked with stars like Demi Lovato and Kim Kardashian. Ciara has been rocking very long dark hair for a while now, so the change seemed really drastic just because people were used to seeing the dark hair. Taking over our 3rd spot is Kristen Stewart. The actress skyrocketed into fame for her role as Bella Swan in the Twilight series, but people also loved her for her unique sense of style. She's always had a very natural beauty to her look, wearing minimal makeup and having a tomboy sense of style. A lot of fans adored her for that, but they adore her even more now after she has become her true self. For years, she was known as Robert Pattinson's on and off screen girlfriend, but in 2017, she officially came out as gay. With feeling comfortable enough to come out to the whole world, she started to change her overall look and really settle into who she truly was. She cut her hair to a pixie cut and dyed it platinum blonde, which was a huge change from her long natural brown hair. Her style has also become really edgy and unique, and fans are just here for it. Sniping our number 2 spot is Billie Eilish. This has been by far one of the most talked about transformations this year. Let's start with her hair. For the last while, everyone saw her with black and lime green hair. It was actually like the signature part of her look. But then she broke the internet out of nowhere when she posted a picture to Instagram with platinum blonde hair. Her picture literally broke records for being the most liked picture in the shortest amount of time, reaching 1 million likes in just a few minutes. But with her hair change also came a huge change in her style. Everyone knows her for wearing oversized clothes and nothing else but that, but then she posed on the cover of Vogue in some tight-fitting lingerie and people were shocked. Fans are very torn right now online because she's changing up her look so drastically, but they fell in love with her because of her previous style and look. So fans are just losing their minds a little bit. But did you really expect her to stay the same way forever? Winning the number 1 spot is Seth Rogen. Just a few weeks ago, the actor made headlines for looking unrecognizable in pictures that he shared online. This one just goes to show the power of facial hair. Turns out he had to shave off his beard for a new TV role, and when he posted his look on Instagram, people were shocked and confused. For his new role, he is rocking a mullet, a shaved face, and no glasses, and honestly, it does not look like him. He is set to star in the upcoming series Pam and Tommy, a Hulu series about Baywatch star Pamela Anderson and her husband Tommy Lee. The series goes into detail about the scandal when a sex tape of the couple was leaked. So where does Seth Rogen fit into this storyline? He will be playing Rand Gauthier, the man who stole the couple's infamous sex tape. So if you want to see more of his new look, watch the series. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is JWoww, real name Jenny Farley. She got known all around the world for her time on the reality TV series Jersey Shore, with her nickname JWoww becoming a staple of the show. But since the show debuted in 2009, she has changed her look pretty drastically after undergoing different cosmetic procedures. She has been open about all her changes and admits that she has gotten Botox in her face but refuses to go under the knife, besides her breast implants, of course. But even though her face is only full of Botox, it did drastically change her appearance, and fans have watched it happen throughout the years and the different seasons. More recently, fans saw her undergo a jaw surgery in Jersey Shore Family Vacation, where they saw her face altered even more. Things with her surgery actually didn't go to plan, and she got a blood clot after the surgery, and her face was just left looking very different and incredibly swollen. Needless to say, her look continues to change, but she is still beautiful nonetheless, and the JWoww that we all love and know. Up next, number 9, we have Simon Cowell. It's safe to say that his honest and sometimes harsh attitude has always remained the same throughout the years of his career, but his looks have changed and he is happy with the results. One thing that has fluctuated throughout his career is his weight. He has gained weight and then he has lost weight, and it's kind of gone back and forth. In October of 2020, reports said that he had been gaining some weight after he took a break from his vegan diet to properly recover from his back surgery. But his body is not the only change. He surprised people when he hit the red carpet with a brand new pair of teeth and his face looking a lot more stiff. I think that's the word, like in place. He actually admitted to having a facelift done, which he said hurt like hell, and the internet said looked like the surgeon did it in the dark. The good news is he is healing from his bike accident that happened in August 2020, and even if he has gained weight recently or not, like the tablets say, he is healthy and he is riding bikes again, believe it or not. Sliding into number 8, we have Meg Ryan. She was one of the biggest actresses in the 90s, and even a few decades later, she is still a Hollywood legend. But there is no denying that she looks completely different than she did at the beginning of her career. It was in more recent years that she stunned fans with her face transformation that had people believing she had tons of plastic surgery done. In 2015, she started denying the rumors to media outlets and said she did not have any plastic surgery done, even though photos would prove otherwise. Different plastic surgeons also came forward explaining what they feel she had done from a professional standpoint, agreeing that there is no way she hadn't. But despite the fact if she had it or not, that ultimately is her knowledge, she does look a lot different as time goes on. Cruising into number 7, we have Aubrey O'Day. She gained fame as one of the members of Danity Kane after fighting to be in the group for 2 tough seasons of MTV's show Making the Band, the competition show. The group eventually split and she went on to have a solo career and appeared on several other reality TV shows. Aside from her music and reality TV career, one major topic when it comes to her is her changing appearance. She always denied the claims of going under the knife, as most celebrities do, but did admit to some procedures. Her face does look drastically different than it did before, and people started questioning if it is fillers or just heavy photo editing, because it didn't match these paparazzi photos that leaked. The images caused a huge stir online because without makeup and filters, she looked a lot different, and people were wondering what she would truly look like if they met her in person. Because the photos we see on her Instagram, and then like the red carpet photos and the paparazzi photos, it looks like 3 different people, to be honest. So I'm just as confused. Moving on to spot number 6, we have Ross Matthews. He first rose to fame as Ross the Intern on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno back in 2001, and since then he has wrote 2 books, appeared on many different shows, and currently judges the reality show RuPaul's Drag Race. It's easy to fall in love with his very fun and quirky personality. He stays out of headlines for the most part, but in recent months he is making tabloids and they could not stop talking about his weight loss and how different he looks. He lost over 70 pounds and stunned everyone on Instagram when flaunting pictures of his new body. He spoke about his journey and explained that he made the changes by changing his behavior and said that snacking at night, like late at night, was his biggest downfall, which is relatable. The transformation pictures first surfaced in December of 2020, and since then he has continued his health and fitness journey, and he just looks different, but he looks healthy and he looks happy. So kudos to him. Halfway through the list at number 5, we have Kim Novak. After being in the industry for decades, she has recently admitted to regretting her plastic surgery choices. Fans watched her look change as the years went on and first stunned them back in 2014 when she showed up to the Academy Awards looking a lot different. Turns out she received facial injections not long before that appearance, and it left quite the impression on her fans. Viewers took her new look to Twitter and reacted to the change, saying that she needed to sue her plastic surgeon and claimed that she looked botched. In a new interview just a few months ago in February, she says that receiving the fat injections in her face was the stupidest thing she's ever done. The reason she got the procedure done in the first place was because she felt insecure and she didn't want to get a facelift done, so she went with these injections instead. That makes me so sad because you go and get a surgery done because you're insecure, but then it gets botched or anything like that, and then you feel even more insecure and you can't really undo something like that. Up next, number 4, we have Stephanie Pratt. With the new Hills reboot coming out this week, fans were wondering if they were going to see her come back for another season. For Hills fans, if you're wondering, I don't think she is. She hasn't been in any of the press interviews and she was not in any of the trailers, so it's not likely. But seeing her on social media in recent times, you would hardly recognize her compared to when she started on The Hills as Spencer Pratt's younger sister. As her career continued after The Hills, her face started to change dramatically, and she claims to not have gone underneath the knife. However, surgeons have come forward saying that by the looks of it, she has had rhinoplasty and other fillers and procedures done to her face. When Stephanie first started out in her career though, she was going down a darker path and she was struggling with drinking and had gotten many DUIs. So to see where she is at now and how she looks is shocking as a whole, not just like her cosmetic procedure. She has turned her life around. She looks a lot healthier, even though she looks a lot different. Taking over our number 3 spot is Francesca Ferrego. Her career skyrocketed into fame after appearing on the Netflix series Too Hot to Handle, and it was hard for people not to fall in love with her looks. It was actually one of the most talked about things in the series, to be honest. She is a gorgeous girl and I am personally obsessed with her. I think she's amazing and beautiful, but fans are calling her out recently for possibly having plastic surgery. Fans are saying she looks a lot different now than when they saw her a year ago on the show, and they are convinced that she had done things to alter her appearance. Francesca has always been very open about her transformation and admits to having some procedures done. She admitted that she had lip fillers, chin fillers, and Botox, but says that she has never had plastic surgery besides her breast implants, which happened many years ago. Fans are not buying it though, and they say her face looks too different to just be Botox and fillers, but I will let you guys be the judge of that. Rolling into the number 2 spot is Joe Exotic. His look was probably one of the most talked about things in 2020 after people first met him on the Netflix series Tiger King: Murder, Mayhem, and Madness. His personality was one thing, but his appearance was just something that Hollywood is not used to seeing. You could pick him out of any crowd with his blonde mullet, eyebrow ring, earrings, cowboy boots, and tattoos. But ever since he was sent to jail, his look has changed, as I think anyone's would. People have wondered what his time in jail has been like, and when pictures leaked of him in jail, people could hardly recognize him. Screenshots from a phone call interview leaked online, and fans got to see him rocking his natural hair color, which is actually brown. His hair has grown a lot too, and obviously he had to take out his eyebrow ring and all of his earrings, which was one of his biggest identifiers. Jail will change anyone's appearance, I think, so it's not totally surprising, but it is weird seeing him with brown hair. In the number 1 spot is Busta Rhymes. The legendary rapper is taking the number 1 spot for his insane transformation that happened only in 12 months. If you haven't seen the pictures of him online, he lost 100 pounds and got completely jacked in literally 12 months. The transformation is honestly insane. The reason he started to turn his lifestyle around was because of medical conditions after his doctor told him that if he caught a cold, he had the potential of dying. So he began to turn his life around and change his lifestyle through a better diet and a workout plan. And boy, did it work. The best part about his transformation though is that he's saying that he's doing it for all the right reasons and he's not doing it just to like look good in his music and for the media type thing. He has shared his workout routine and diet plan online if you're interested in hopes to help other people through their own health and fitness journey. Honestly, props to him because that transformation is crazy. That is a lot of dedication and hard work, my friend. Kudos to you.
Starting off at number 10, we have Renee Zellweger. So Renee Zellweger shocked fans and other Hollywood elites in 2014 when she showed up to Elle's Women in Hollywood Awards. And people were wondering, what happened to her face? She didn't look bad at all, just a bit different. Then after all the speculation on what happened with Renee, she decided to speak on it, saying, quote, "I'm glad folks think I look different. I'm living a different, happy, more fulfilling life, and I'm thrilled that perhaps it shows. It seems like folks who come digging around for some nefarious truth which doesn't exist won't get off my porch until I answer the door," continuing that she doesn't understand all the interest, as all that's changed is that she's now healthy and peaceful. Personally, I noticed a difference in the way that she looks and talks, so I believe she did have some work done, but if she doesn't want to admit it, then that's her choice. And at number 9, Carrot Top. Comedian Carrot Top looks completely different than he did in his prime, and now he looks pretty unrecognizable. He's best known for his long red curly hair, and he's also known to a lot of people as someone who had a botched plastic surgery. If you look at before and after photos, it's pretty clear he had some sort of facelift, and his eyebrows and just eye shape in general are incredibly different. Along with the facelift, he's rumored to have undergone chemical peels, gotten Botox, filler, and even had his body injected with steroids to improve his muscles. As of now, he's regarded as having one of the worst plastic surgery fails of all time. But the good thing is apparently it hasn't changed his comedy much, and he still has adoring fans that will come see him perform. And at number 8, Heidi Montag. Heidi Montag, who is best known for her days on reality TV show The Hills, is notorious for getting tons of facial and body modifications done to change her innocent look into more of a Hollywood Barbie look. Back in 2010, at age 23, The Hills star revealed that she had undergone 10 body-altering procedures in one day, including a brow lift, a chin reduction, and Botox injections. She allegedly has had work done on almost every part of her body, ranging from neck liposuction to a butt augmentation. She also had a mini brow lift, chin reduction, Botox in her forehead and frown areas, as well as fat injected into her cheeks and lips. And looking at the before and after does show a massive difference in looks. Thankfully though, all the procedures were done well, and she seems to be happy with them all. And at number 7, Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan is someone else that people claim looks incredibly different now, because it's pretty obvious she's had some work done. In 2016 is when she first showed off her new look at the Tony Awards, and everyone was shocked that the woman we had seen in 90s rom-coms wasn't really there anymore. It was pretty evident to everyone that Meg probably got some filler in her cheeks and lips, because they looked noticeably more plump. Meg has always denied that she went under the knife, but I think by looking at the pictures, even though it is somewhat subtle, I think it's still pretty obvious she had some work done. And at number 6, Jennifer Grey. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen Dirty Dancing so many times that I have the image of Jennifer Grey in that movie basically imprinted in my mind. And I think it goes the same for a lot of you, because not only was that movie iconic back then, but it's still beloved now. But the star of the movie looks drastically different than how she did back then. So much that I had no idea who it was when I looked at the pictures of her now. One of the most drastic changes she went through was getting a nose job. And even though I'm sure tons of haters told her that she needed to get it done, it was actually a pretty serious mistake, since her nose was the most recognizable thing about her. When she changed it, it made her look like any other run-of-the-mill kind of girl. And even though she looks beautiful, she doesn't look how she used to. Halfway number 5, Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer is someone that you guys actually commented that I missed when I did part 1, and looking at him now, I can see why. Val was known back in the day as movie star hunk, but now he looks pretty different. A lot of people wondered for years why Val started to look so different, but then he came out admitting that he was battling throat cancer after denying it for years, and saying the reason he's changed so much is because of his diagnosis. He denied being sick for many years, but in 2017, he talked about the changes his diagnosis caused, saying, quote, "I feel a lot better than I sound, but I feel wonderful. I was diagnosed with throat cancer, which healed very quickly. This is a tracheotomy to help me breathe because the glands in my throat swelled up as well." In at number 4, Ariel Winter. Ariel Winter first became known to most people through her role in Modern Family, and she plays an adorable and awkward teenage character coming into her own. But as Ariel has grown up, she looks totally different. In 2015, when she was 17, she was legally emancipated from her parents. She decided to get a breast reduction surgery, telling Glamour in August, quote, "I got it for myself. I can't even really put into words how amazing it feels to really feel right." But her changing looks have caused some to think she had more work done, with people thinking she got lip fillers, cheek fillers, and a nose job. But Ariel denies those rumors. She even clapped back at one hater on an Instagram photo who accused her of having work done, saying, quote, "We are also wrong about all of it, by the way. One breast reduction and I lost weight. But you do you, boo." And at number 3, Jocelyn Wildenstein. The former socialite is best known for having one of the most botched plastic surgery of all time, with one doctor flat out saying, quote, "Jocelyn Wildenstein is a poster child for plastic surgery gone wrong." Apparently Jocelyn, who is known as the, quote, "Lion Woman of New York," reportedly underwent dozens of plastic surgeries, all to win back her husband. So I guess let this be a lesson to everyone to never do anything like this for a man. One doctor believes she had a brow lift, face lift, lip plumping injections, chin augmentation, fat grafting and or cheek implants, upper and lower eyelid surgery, and a catheoplexy, a procedure that elevates the eyes to give them that cat-like appearance, which of course is quite a lot of work. And apparently the woman, who's now over 70 years old, said she's not done with surgery and has an addiction. When she split from Alec Wildenstein in 1999, who is a billionaire businessman, she set a record of divorce settlements and became one of America's wealthiest women. And the craziest part is that she denies having any work done, and says her high cheekbones and long hair is because of her Swiss background. Let me know below if you think it's all natural. And at number 2, Daryl Hannah. Actress Daryl Hannah was another person who people believe was plagued by bad plastic surgery. After photos released of her showed her face looking really puffy and unnatural, everyone was pretty convinced that she had been botched. But Hannah denies having work done. She told Britain's Daily Mail, quote, "There was a picture taken a while ago of me emerging from the ocean with my hair slicked back and no makeup on. I looked as though I had puffy, squinty eyes, and the rumor went round that I had work done. I lost jobs because of it and I thought of suing." But even though she denied surgery, she didn't deny filler or Botox, and doctors now believe fillers are the case of the change, and the filler now dissolving is why she looks more like her normal old self. Plastic surgeon Dr. Richard Fleming of Beverly Hills told Hollywood Life, quote, "Her face looks much rounder. Everything about her face used to be much thinner. Cheeks, jawline, nasal label lines, everything was much more pronounced. In my opinion, there's a lot more fullness and it's not a natural contour. I have no idea what they did, but there is filler material in there." And finally, number 1, Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson's face has changed many times over the decades, and she really doesn't look like she's aged at all. All of these changes and the lack of aging can definitely be attributed to cosmetic procedures, with fans saying that she looks unrecognizable compared to when she was younger. And even though Janet has never publicly admitted to having work done, that doesn't mean that people won't speculate. One cosmetic doctor spoke to Mirror Online, saying that they believe she had a neck lift as well as a nose job to change the tip of her nose. As well, the doctors think she got filler in her cheeks as well as possibly the jawline.
Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is Demi Lovato. The singer shocked all of their fans when they revealed their new hairstyle on social media. They have always had long hair, so when people saw that they chopped it all off, they were shocked, including me. Demi spoke about their new look and said, "There is something about changing your hair so drastically that allows you to own yourself in a way you never thought." At first, their pixie cut was a bright blonde, then they switched it to a light pink, and then to a more vibrant hot pink. But more recently, just a few days ago, they surprised their fans even more after posting a video with jet black hair. Demi posted a video with their friends on a beach dressed in goth clothing and makeup to celebrate a friend's birthday, so fans are wondering if they are going to keep their hair black or not. So far, it's a yes. And if not, what color are they going to go next? Up next, number 9, we have Matthew LeBlanc. The Friends reunion airs today, and I'm so excited by the way, and fans were over the moon about seeing the original cast members all come back together. It has been 17 years since the final episode of the show, so there was no doubt that the cast members were probably going to look a little bit different than what we remember. But just how different? I spoke about the transformation of some of the other cast members, but Matthew LeBlanc looks different than the Joey Tribbiani we all knew and loved, and still do. His character played the ladies' man in the series, and the script focused around his good looks and his love life. So it's already a little weird to see him all grown up and 53 years old rocking a full head of gray hair. Of course, his transformation is a natural one and nothing to be ashamed of, but he does look different than the original show. Rumors have gone around that he's had some work done on his face, but honestly, in my opinion, he still resembles Joey. Like, he doesn't look that different to me. Moving on to number 8, we have Tara Reid. The American Pie actress has always been very open and honest about her journey with plastic surgery. She has always wanted to help educate other women who are wanting to get it done in hopes that they can avoid going through what she went through. She first got her breast implants in 2004, which actually ended up causing her issues with other parts of her body. She said that her stomach started to ripple and caused her to have a hernia, leaving her with a huge bump next to her belly button. She regretted it so much, she said it was the stupidest decision she's ever made. And on top of that, she actually had to have the procedure reversed just 2 years later. Because of all this, she explained that she lost a lot of work because she had been typecast into the hot girl role and could no longer be in a bikini. She's also had some cosmetic procedures done to her face, which makes her look different, but thankfully those were not botched, and she said that she had a more positive experience this time around. Cruising into number 7, we have Justin Bieber. Leave it up to Justin Bieber to make headlines over changing his hairstyle. To be fair, it was a drastic change, and a lot of fans were shocked when he first showed it off. Maybe people just got a little too used to seeing him with like that classic Bieber flip hair, because people freaked out when he revealed his head full of dreadlocks. He actually started to face a ton of criticism online, with people saying he was misappropriating Black culture, and throughout the weeks he began to put his dreadlocks in ponytails and wear bandanas. We're not sure if all the criticism got to him or not, but he shared a more recent photo of his head completely shaved. So if people thought dreadlocks were a big change, I'm sure people are freaking out now that he has no hair at all. The reasoning behind his new look is still very unknown, and when the paparazzi asked him about it, he was not in a chatty mood and just completely ignored them. I have a feeling it was due to the criticism. Rolling into our number 6 spot is Brody Jenner. TV show reboots have been happening more and more lately, and I am so here for it. I, along with millions of other fans, were thrilled to hear that the reality show The Hills would reboot over a decade later. It was even more exciting to learn that the majority of the original cast would be returning for the new seasons. But not everyone would look the same as they did in the original show, Brody Jenner being one of them. Season 2 of the reboot just aired, and fans could not help but talk about how different he looks now. There has been a huge debate on whether or not he's had plastic surgery, with the majority of people siding with the fact that he has. The 37-year-old has a completely different face, it looks like, and things just look a little more tight. On top of that, he's lost some weight, including muscle, which is just different from when fans saw him as a young, ripped guy at 25 years old. He was never fat by any means, but he's just very skinny now. And nothing wrong with being skinny. He is happy and healthy, baby. Halfway through our list, number 5, we have Scott Disick. His look has stayed similar throughout his entire career, despite being in the fashion industry. After becoming known from Keeping Up with the Kardashians as Kourtney's ex-husband and father to her children, he started his own business and eventually a clothing line. In 2018, he launched his clothing line called Talentless, and even though he tries different styles, his overall look has never changed. Until more recently, that is. Normally, fans are used to seeing him rock his natural brunette hair that matches his beard, but then he shocked everyone by going platinum blonde and changing his cut to a faux hawk with like the sides shaved. That was shocking to most people, but once people adjusted to the change, he then decided to change it once again, dyeing the platinum blonde to a hot pink color. Obviously, such a drastic hair change will make you look different. It's a completely different vibe. Who knows what color he will go next? Any guesses? I feel like he's gonna go back to brown after this, or like a blonde because it's summer, but who knows? Making her way into the number 4 spot is Iggy Azalea. As we have learned from this list already, changing your hair seems like a simple task, but it can make a world of a difference in someone's appearance. Apparently, celebrities are just wanting to try some bold colors lately. Maybe it's because of like quarantine and the fact that we've been locked inside for so long. Iggy was another celebrity who wanted to make a drastic hair change, and you'll never guess what color she chose. The singer usually rocks the long blonde hair. It's the style that her fans are just used to seeing, which is why her fans were so surprised in April when she took her new look to Instagram and showed off her short neon green hair. When seeing the picture for the first time, I honestly didn't even know that it was her. Not many celebrities have dyed their hair neon green, only Billie Eilish, who only dyed part of her hair green, but Iggy's look is bold. She rocks it. It looks good on her. I wish I could just dye my hair neon green. I would literally look like an Oompa Loompa if I did that. Taking over our 3rd spot is Tiffany Haddish. The actress and comedian has a bold and quirky personality, so nothing she does seems like out of the ordinary. She always has a smile on her face, and her hilarious personality just radiates confidence. But near the end of 2020, she opened up about her journey with self-discovery and shocked everyone when she revealed her shaved head. After sharing her bald head with social media, she went on this night show with Jimmy Fallon and talked about how much she loved her new look. She explained that she's always wanted to shave her head and said that she has been talking about doing it for years. She said, "I'm gonna use that same energy that I would have been putting into my hair into my mind. It's going to give me more time to work on my body, get everything together." Since the first initial reveal, her hair has started to grow back a little bit, and she has dyed it platinum blonde, which looks just as good. She looks great. Again, like, if I shaved my head, I would not look like that. Oh, damn. She looks great. Sniping our number 2 spot is Jonah Hill. The actor shocked everyone first with his drastic weight change in the last few years. He lost a lot of weight and felt great about it after explaining that he was always typecast to play the bigger guy in movie roles, and that oftentimes the scripts would joke about his weight. So to see him feeling happy and healthy was an exciting change for everyone. But in more recent times, he really surprised fans when he decided to hop on the bright colored hair trend. Just a few weeks ago during a golf outing, fans got a sneak peek at his new look, which is neon pink hair. It's actually more of like a fuchsia than anything. It's like a mix of purple and pink. This is not the first time he has had some fun with his hair though. In 2018, he actually dyed his hair pink, so we shouldn't be that surprised to see him do it again. And honestly, I feel like he would do it for a 3rd time in the future. Why not? He looks great. He is feeling himself, and that makes me so freaking happy. In our number 1 place, we have Jennifer Grey. Now, this one is more serious than just a fun new hairstyle. Her look has changed so drastically throughout the years that she says it is what cost her her entire career, and she regrets some of these changes. The Dirty Dancing star has always had a very distinctive face and was known for her stunning looks when she first broke out into the Hollywood scene. But when she decided to get rhinoplasty, it changed everything, and she said it was the worst decision she's ever made. She said the operation completely changed her entire face and it ruined her entire career. When speaking about it during an interview, she said, "I went in the operating room as a celebrity and came out anonymous. It was like being in a witness protection program or being invisible. I'll always be this once famous actress nobody recognizes because of a nose job." Fans have appreciated how open and honest she has been about her journey, and even though she looks different now compared to before, they're still very supportive of her. This hurts my heart so much. Like, she just felt like she had to get a nose job, like you were so beautiful and now you're... It hurts my heart. She's still so beautiful, but she did say that she lost a lot of jobs because of that, and that makes me sad. Starting off our countdown at number 10 is Courtney Cox. Fans are thrilled to hear that she'll be taking back her role of Monica Geller in the upcoming Friends reunion special. And by fans, I mean me. But she's going to look a lot different than the Monica we are used to seeing. Throughout the years, she has had different cosmetic procedures done that have completely altered her look. She's always been very open about it, even admitting that she regrets it. She said that at one point she actually took things too far and went a little overboard with fillers, so she actually went and had those fillers removed. She spoke about it in 2017 and said, "I've had to learn to embrace movement and realize that fillers are not my friend. I've had all my fillers dissolved. I'm as natural as I can be. I think that I now look more like the person I was." Fans are still surprised to see just how different she looks even with those fillers removed, but beautiful nonetheless and still very much Monica. I'm so excited for her friends. Make sure you guys leave a like on this video because it really helps us out in this YouTube algorithm. It's a crazy world out here on YouTube, so help us please. In spot number 9 is Sophia Grace. The internet icon rose to fame after rapping a Nicki Minaj song with her cousin Rosie on the Ellen DeGeneres show. It was back in 2011 when their cover of Super Bass went viral on YouTube and Ellen just had to have them perform it on her show. The video racked up more than 54 million views, and they even got to meet Nicki Minaj when appearing on Ellen's show. From there, Sophia grew an online audience as her life continued on, and recently she celebrated her 18th birthday. She posted a picture online of herself posing with balloons that read 18, and people immediately started resharing and retweeting it. People could just not believe that the little girl from Ellen was now 18 years old and stated that it made them feel really old. It made me feel literally like a fossil. E! News and other media outlets shared her transformation, and they also shared Rosie all grown up too, which honestly just makes me feel like even worse. I'm so old. Sliding into number 8, we have Amanda Bynes. If you are a 90s kid like me, then chances are Amanda was a staple on your TV screen growing up. She rose to fame as a child star on Nickelodeon's All That before landing her own series called The Amanda Show. From there, her career continued to grow and she was one of the biggest actors in Hollywood. But her career took a turn for the worse as she struggled with mental health issues and substance abuse, which led to her having issues with the law. As her career started to change, so did her looks. She got plastic surgery done to her face and breasts, got facial piercings at one point, and more recently got a face tattoo. Her life is in better standings though, thank God, because I love her. She is sober right now and is engaged to a man named Paul Michael, who has been by her side for the past year. Recent photos of them showed her looking like a completely different person than when we last saw her on our screen. Moving on to number 7, we have Orlando Brown. He was known for playing Eddie Thomas on the iconic TV series That's So Raven. After the series ended, he went on to book a few acting roles and even dabbled in the music industry a little bit, but nothing quite stuck for him. As time went on, he began to get in trouble with the law and was actually arrested on multiple occasions. In 2016, he was arrested and charged with drug possession, misdemeanor, domestic battery, and obstruction of justice. His appearance also began to change, and people hardly recognized him in his mugshots. He even got a strange raven tattoo on his neck, and he went on the Dr. Phil show wearing green alien eye contacts. Both his behavior and appearance has changed drastically, and any That's So Raven fan would be shocked to watch this transformation happen. I honestly didn't even recognize him. My little Eddie. I loved that show. Cruising to the number 6 spot is Priscilla Presley. In 2018, she was the talk of the town after going viral online for her appearance when going on the morning show Lorraine. People couldn't help but comment on the drastic change in her face, and a lot of people said she looked botched. She later spoke about her cosmetic procedures and admitted that they were in fact botched, and said that she unknowingly had industrial low-grade silicone in her face. She was actually a victim to a doctor who did not have his license, but was pretending to for many years. He eventually was caught for fraud after some of his injections caused lumps, paralysis, and holes in his clients' faces. He was later sentenced to prison, but the damage on Priscilla's face was already done. The stuff that was injected in her face was said to be similar to what mechanics use to grease car parts. No. This is why you leave your face. Halfway through our list, number 5 is Adrienne Bailon. The talk show host has been very vocal about her dislike of the Kardashians, but fans began calling her out for morphing into one. People started commenting on her social media photos, which showed her face looking different. Her lips were more plump and her face looked more contoured. Adrienne has always been very open about going under the knife in the past, admitting that she got breast implants at the age of 19 years old. In 2014, she said that she would never touch her face, but people are calling her out for allegedly not sticking to her word. A plastic surgeon spoke on the debate and said, "I think she's had rhinoplasty and lip filler and maybe cheek augmentation as well. Her lower lip used to be twice as thick as her upper lip. Now they are almost the same thickness." Regardless if she has or not, she is still beautiful. I think people just keep like remembering her as the girl from Cheetah Girls, so no matter what, she's gonna look different. Up next, number 4, we have Grace VanderWaal. She rose to fame back in 2016 when she won America's Got Talent at just 12 years old. She auditioned for the show with an original song and stole the hearts of many people through her honest music and extremely talented voice. But as the years went on and she began to grow up, her look began to change and fans had a hard time adjusting to it. She recently turned 17 and she's now rocking a shaved head with a very edgy sense of style. Fans started commenting on her social media concerned for her drastic change, but then others defended her, saying she is just growing up and finding out who she is. Although you probably wouldn't recognize her as the girl who won America's Got Talent, we probably don't look like our 12-year-old selves either. Like, let's be honest, when I was 17, I didn't even look like my 12-year-old self. Yeah. Thank God for that. Cruising into the number 3 spot is Melanie Griffith. The actress has had a very long, successful career, so it's no surprise that over the years, her look has changed in one way or another. She's been very open and honest about her plastic surgery choices, which she has taken a lot of heat for. She said she didn't realize just how drastic the changes were until people started pointing things out and asking her what happened to her face. It got to a point where she said she went to a different doctor and started dissolving all the stuff that her previous doctor had put in. But that interview was in 2017, and in 2020, rumors started spreading that she had more plastic surgery done in more recent months. In photos she posted online, people began asking if she looks different because of plastic surgery or if it was heavy editing. Either way, she does look different than before because she has changed her appearance, which she has been open about. Rolling into the number 2 spot is Khloe Kardashian. All the Kardashian sisters face a ton of backlash on a daily basis for their cosmetic procedures and Photoshop. Khloe has been caught drastically changing her photos, and people really don't know what she looks like in real life because of that. Throughout the years, she has changed her look, some of them being a very positive thing though. She turned to fitness and created her own show called Revenge Body, where she then helped other people reach their own health and fitness goals. So kudos to her, because she does look great. But her face has changed too, and that is no secret. While she's always been very beautiful, in my opinion, fans constantly criticize the Photoshop that she does and how much she changed her look throughout these years. If you compare a group of photos, honestly, throughout the last year even, they all look so different from one another. It's just hard to kind of know what she actually looks like. That is the power of editing though, my friends. Winning the number 1 place on our list is Zac Efron. The actor caused a big stir online after showing up for an online interview where his face looked completely different. His face looked incredibly swollen and reshaped, like he had just got out of a plastic surgery procedure. The 33-year-old filmed a special to promote Bill Nye's Earth Day special, and no one could focus on what he was saying because they just kept looking at his face. People immediately started sharing photos of his face compared to before and questioned what surgery he had done. Plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Oon spoke on it and said he does look different and suggested that he might have had injections of filler to reshape his jaw. But other rumors said that he had dental surgery and that is why his face was swollen. We're not sure what the reasoning is, but he does look different. Still a gorgeous man to look at though. Starting us off at number 10 is Matthew McConaughey. I think it's fair to say that everyone went through some changes during quarantine, and hairstyles was a very common one. Some people weren't able to get their hair cut professionally, while others were bored and decided to change their hair themselves at home. Matthew was someone who probably could get his hair cut, but chose not to. If you have the actor on Instagram, or if you saw some of his recent interviews, you might not recognize him at first glance. In recent months, he has been rocking shoulder-length hair that's often slicked back, and he has a handful of different eyeglasses that he keeps rotating between. He looks especially young when all his facial hair is shaved off also, but he does grow it in here and then, and you can see that on his Instagram. Who knew that long hair, glasses, and facial hair would make such a difference? A handsome man though, nonetheless. He is a handsome older man. Up next, number 9, we have Katy Perry. Throughout her career, she has been known for changing her hair often. And not just like a simple hair color change or cut. She's had every color in the book and often wears fun wigs when performing. So to see a new hairstyle on her isn't really surprising, except for her most recent one. When this video started going viral online, many people didn't even realize who it was at first. Let's see if you do. Katy posted this video on her Twitter and captioned it, "West Coast, hope you're watching American Idol right now." Turns out she shocked everyone with her new look when the show's top 16 was revealed. Throughout the last decade, she's never rocked long, dark, thick hair like this before, and people are loving it. If you're digging the black hair though, I do have some bad news. It is just a wig, and one that she often changes to short blonde. Like in some pictures she has short blonde hair, and in some she doesn't, so you're kind of getting a mix of both right now. So we're really not sure what Katy will look like for the rest of this year, but I personally love the long black hair on her. Killing it. Cruising into number 8, we have Chrissy Metz. The actress skyrocketed into fame for her breakout role on NBC's show This Is Us. Throughout her role and just her natural personality, she has been able to spread the message that everyone is exceptionally beautiful just the way they are. But that does not mean that she doesn't want to make some health changes in her personal life. Chrissy has been very open about how she's always struggled with her weight, telling The Hollywood Reporter that she went to Weight Watchers at just 11 years old. When she signed onto the show This Is Us, she actually signed a contract that required her to lose weight, as the character in the show did, as she comes to find herself throughout time. Chrissy says she saw it as a win-win for her, and since her weight loss journey started, she has lost over 100 pounds. But even though the weight loss, she still wants everyone to know that all sizes are still beautiful. Yeah, a lot of people gave her hate because it went against like her message for big girls, but that's tough. She had to do it for the show. In our number 7 spot, we have Carrot Top. He has had a very successful comedy career, but outside of that, one of the most talked about topics when his name is brought up is the big debate on whether or not he has had plastic surgery. For years, rumors have gone around about the drastic change in his looks and how he has undergone plastic surgery to achieve these changes. Even though doctors have come forward demanding that he has undergone some procedures to obtain those looks, Carrot Top denies it. For years now, he always shuts down the rumors and stands firm on the fact that he has never had any work done. He says his body changed based on steroids that he was once taking when he was working out a lot, but he swears to never touch his face besides wearing makeup sometimes. Let me know your opinion, guys. Obviously, to me, from the outside looking in, it looks like he had plastic surgery. So let me know what you guys think. Rolling into spot number 6, we have Sarah Hyland. We've already seen how much a hairstyle or color can completely change your look, and Sarah is just another example of how much this is true. For the majority of her career, the actress has rocked her brunette locks, so people were shocked when she just suddenly went to redhead. She showed off her bright red locks on Instagram, writing that she was one of the people who decided to make some big changes during this pandemic. She actually said she did the coloring herself and noted that she wanted to look like Ariel, the Disney princess. But in more recent days, the color seems to have faded to a more natural redhead, like kind of orange, and she sometimes fills out the rest of her hair with these long, thick extensions. Honestly, I never pictured Sarah Hyland as a redhead, but she kills it. She looks gorgeous. I love that. I wish I could do that to my hair. I would not look good. Halfway through our list, at number 5 is Angelina Provarnik. Another big debate on plastic surgery. The Jersey Shore star has had a big transformation throughout the years, and people are convinced that it is not natural. The thing is, she's been very open and honest about having some plastic surgery done to her body, but when it comes to her face, that is where the controversy starts. She admitted that she preferred plastic surgery over working out and revealed that she had a breast augmentation done as well as a glute lift, also known as a butt job. She doesn't often talk about her facial changes, but is an advocate for people wanting to get work done. She encourages people to feel comfortable enough to get the procedures done, and often tells her followers that they should not feel ashamed about it and that the results speak for themselves. Girl looks a lot different. I've been watching Jersey Shore my whole life. She looks gorgeous though. And like she's saying, like, own it, then own it. Rolling into number 4, we have Ariel Winter. She was part of an award-winning ensemble cast for ABC's show Modern Family, taking on her role of Alex for 11 seasons. She was cast when she was just a child, so fans actually got to see her grow and transform naturally just by seeing her grow up on the show. By the time the show wrapped in 2020, she was all grown up, and since then, fans say she's transformed into a new person. She didn't wait long before dyeing her hair from dark brown to bright red, which made her look like a totally different person. But since then, she's actually gone platinum blonde, which also changes her look drastically. But fans are convinced that she's had plastic surgery done to her face and body since she looks a lot different than she did on Modern Family. She did admit to a breast augmentation back in 2015, but denies any other cosmetic procedures. Regardless, she's still beautiful, and the reality is she's no longer a child star, so I feel like she's gonna look different no matter what. Coming in hot at number 3, we have Katie Price. She has been given the title of being one of the biggest glamour icon models in the 90s, and she has had dozens of procedures to hold on to those youthful looks that she was known for. She's always been beautiful, no doubt, but she has been open about going under the knife dozens of times to alter her appearance. She spent large amounts of cash on all her surgeries that in 2019 she actually was declared bankrupt. Her teeth surgery alone cost $150,000, she admitted. But in more recent times, she has let all her surgeries heal, and the only change she has made is cutting all of her hair into a short bob, which fans loved. But it was a lot different for fans because they're used to seeing her with 24-inch dyed hair extensions. Like, she's got some mermaid hair usually, so it was a big change, but she does look very healthy these days. Good for her. Taking over our number 2 spot is Shakira. Now, you might be shocked to see her on this list thinking maybe she had some crazy plastic surgery transformation that you didn't know about, but don't worry, this one is just another hair transformation. She has kept a similar look throughout her entire career and often flaunts her natural beauty by showing off her bare face to paparazzi. But who would have thought that dyeing her hair would make her look so different? When her new hair pictures went viral online, some people didn't even recognize that it was Shakira, and by people, I mean me. That is right, she is now rocking some bright red locks, which she said was not the initial plan. According to the singer, she originally meant for the color to be a lighter rosé tone, but she ran out of dye and had to improvise using another product. It worked in her favor though, because she does look awesome. I feel like she's one of those people that could pull off any color. In our number 1 spot is Mickey Rourke. He has been in the Hollywood limelight for decades now, so people were very shocked when paparazzi photos surfaced of him looking like a completely different person. It all started after his acting career hit a dead end, and he decided that he would go back to his first love, which was boxing. Throughout his time fighting, he suffered injuries like broken ribs, a compressed cheekbone, and a split tongue. It was then that he underwent reconstructive surgery on his face. So it wasn't just for cosmetic reasons, he actually had a lot of damage done. The actor has openly talked about it and said that he went to the wrong surgeon the first time and the outcome was not what he hoped for. So he actually had to undergo more surgeries to enhance and correct the first mistakes. As of 2017, he's actually had 5 nose jobs, so he has been through a lot. Good news is he is back on our screens these days. He is looking a lot different, but people are still thrilled to see him. I feel like he just looks very different from when people came to know him in the 1980s. The change between the 2 photos is so drastic, but in more recent times, he actually looks just very healthy and happy, so.
Number 10. Kim Basinger. The 69-year-old actress and former model's face has looked suspiciously smooth and wrinkle-free in recent years, leaving many to believe that she's had a lot of work done. Well, a few years ago, a plastic surgeon named Dr. Omar Tillo weighed in to Express, and he said that he thinks she received Botox, cat eye surgery, and dermal fillers. He claimed that if you look at previous photos, you can see apparent lines and wrinkles around Kim's eyes, and these can be treated with anti-wrinkle injectables such as Botox. She also has clear lines around her mouth, which could be the result of being smoothed out with dermal fillers. Kim's skin also seems much fresher with a more even complexion, and this could be due to several factors such as laser treatments, but a second expert named Reza Nizab agreed and added that he believes she might have also had some kind of a fat transfer or a facelift. Now this could explain the almond-shaped eyes hidden behind these massive cheeks. Back in 2012, Kim's daughter, Ireland, insisted that her mother had never received any plastic surgery, while calling her the most naturally beautiful woman there ever was or will be. Ladies, if you want to avoid Botox and other skin treatments, just listen to her mom. She hasn't had one treatment done because she stayed completely out of the sun all of those years, Ireland wrote in an Instagram comment. Kim herself was never addressed the speculation surrounding her looks, but just look at her and it's pretty obvious. Number 9. Courtney Cox. Friends star was speaking with UK Sunday Times Style magazine ahead of the launch of her new comedy horror TV show Shining Vale, in which she plays a depressed novelist who moves from New York City to rural Connecticut with her family. Cox herself is facing up to the fact that she's not far off of 60, and she admitted that she initially tried to fight aging with all kinds of cosmetic treatments, but eventually realized that she had gone crazy and is now trying to age gracefully. Despite her global superstar status, Cox said her confidence was dented a few years ago after shooting a pilot for a series that was never produced. Thankfully, the treatments she received could be removed, her face filler slowly dissolved, and it would appear that she's decided to steer clear of any more cosmetic situations, proven by her role in the new Scream series, where she really does not look all that different from her days on Friends. Number 8. Madonna. What is there to say about this woman's career? Madonna has been stuck in our heads since we first heard hits like Material Girls and Crazy for You. Now, what may have also gotten stuck in your head was just how gorgeous this woman once was. In the 1980s, Madonna was well known for her stylish duds and big blonde hair, and at times channeled some serious Marilyn Monroe energy. It was unfortunate then that Madonna felt the need to fall into the world of plastic surgery and injections as she got older. Photo comparisons from the 1980s to now showcase these major changes, with her forehead appearing to be pushed out, as well as her cheeks and her lips being filled with enough Botox to give her the appearance of someone wearing a silicone mask of Madonna over their own face. What's more is combined work seems to have molded her eyes into the almond shape of a cat. She just looks kind of funny in pictures. Fans have always been left wondering what she may have looked like had she never gotten any surgery. Would she still be a material girl, or would the material be riddled with stain? Number 7. Selena Gomez. The former Wizards of Waverly Place star has been dodging surgery rumors left and right forever. Fans have noticed her face changing over the years though, and side-by-sides from her Disney days show drastic changes in her facial features. Not only does she clearly have some kind of cheek filler going on, but her eyes are much more cat-like than they originally were. Selena has admitted to using skincare products in the past to redesign or enhance features without the need of invasive surgery. However, no foundation on the planet can give Selena the features that she currently possesses. It comes as no surprise that Selena is actually a spokesperson for several beauty and cosmetic brands, and has adamantly denied that she's received any kind of major surgery over the years. She's been shutting down rumors left and right for a long time, even deleting photos from Instagram because she received such massive slews of negative comments. While it's never been confirmed if she's actually received any work, just watch her on screen these days and it's enough to prove to you that young Alex Russo that we once knew has vanished into thin air. Number 6. Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman has admitted that she regretted using Botox to battle the signs of aging. The Australian actress confessed that she did indeed use the cosmetic injections, but said that it was an unfortunate step in her beauty regime, adding that she was glad to regain some of the movement in her face. She recounts getting Botox at one point and claimed that it had unfortunately left her face looking disfigured, ultimately opting out of another jab. She claims to have hated the way that she looked when first receiving the shots, very quickly realizing what a mistake she had made. She claims that her beauty comes from a natural place outside of this, saying in interviews that she is not one to advocate for plastic surgery. She claims to use sunscreen, does not use any illegal substances, and she takes care of herself. Hey, if I had millions of dollars, I might drink a smoothie and hire a trainer too, but I don't. Number 5. Ariana Grande. Ariana. Now, it should be no surprise to learn that Ariana Grande is not 100% clean, clear, beautiful cover girl. Okay, the Sam and Cat star and world famous musician dropped some truth during her Vogue Beauty Secrets tutorial a few weeks ago. Grande shared with the world that she has had a ton of Botox and lip fillers over the years, but that she was ready to go back to the way that she looked. For a long time, she was getting regular injections and surgeries, but according to Ariana herself, she stopped seeking those treatments in 2018. She claimed that she felt like she was hiding herself from the world, and she was tired of being hidden behind a fake layer of herself. She went on to say that the decision to stop was also motivated by her wishing to see her natural features again, like her smile lines. Now, she said that she may get a facelift in 10 years or so down the line, but compared to the invasiveness of Botox, that should be a chill Tuesday for her. Number 4. Khloe Kardashian. Khloe Kardashian is one of many people from the Kardashian crew that I could have chosen for this list, but unlike her sisters, Khloe's actually opened up to fans about her cosmetic surgery journey, revealing her only regret was having a nose job. For years, Keeping Up with the Kardashian fans had questioned whether Khloe had any work done on her face, and during the show's reunion special last year, she confirmed that she had cosmetic surgery. She'd apparently been hesitant to share the information with her fans, as she claimed the world is a bit too easy to set off, and that people would more than likely bombard her with backlash, which is exactly what happened. After revealing the truth, she was blasted with questions left and right, like who, what, when, where, why. According to Khloe, the main reason she wanted to try something different was because she was tired of being compared to her siblings all the time. The Kardashian clan is large and filled with basically one of every kind of crazy, but Khloe has maintained that she regrets trying to alter herself just to be different than her sisters. Number 3. Cardi B. Cardi B has never been coy about the plastic surgery procedures that she's had done. During an Instagram live in December 2022, she talked about a procedure that she had done to her butt years ago and gave her followers a word of advice while doing so. Following the birth of her son Wave in September of 2021, Cardi B said that people thought she had work done when in reality she got a surgery in August to have 90% of her bipolymer bum injections removed, so something she already had done got taken out. She went on to say that you should do your research and listen to your doctors, not just with bum injections, but also Brazilian bum lifts and all other plastic and cosmetic surgeries. In 2019, the rapper got candid about having to cancel and postpone shows because she needed time to recover from liposuction. On Twitter, she talked about having to miss work for 2 weeks because of, well, that. The same year, Cardi also told Entertainment Tonight that she had a chest lift after giving birth to her daughter Culture and was unhappy with needing to take the time off. So Cardi's biggest problem isn't that, she's getting all these procedures, but the recovery time it seems to take. Well, that's too bad for her, because surgeries are a lot and it's fair that it takes a while to recover. Number 2. Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen has no issues when it comes to being open about what plastic surgery procedures she's had done. The 35-year-old model recently took to her Instagram story to show off the results of the cosmetic surgery procedures that she revealed she underwent. Vocal fat removal is one of the specific and biggest ones. But the goal of vocal fat removal is to thin your cheeks, specifically in the areas of the cheek hollows. While she claims that the removal was a success and that she could see the results, the aftermath of the situation left her on the other side of the argument. She was candid about this procedure, and many were still questioning how she got these cheeks so perfect. Speculation started running wild, with people claiming to know for a fact that Chrissy had fillers. In fact, there was an entire YouTube channel dedicated to proving this woman was made of silicone. She addressed the rumors online and claimed that she did in fact receive the aforementioned solutions, but she denied the claims that she received any kind of cheek fillers. Instead, she made it known that she was not an advocate for body morphing, claiming that the only time it should ever be done is for medical purposes. Number 1. Jocelyn Wildenstein. This New York socialite is not a stranger to the world of media. Ever since the mid-90s, she's been famous around the world as being a literal cat woman, having received so much plastic surgery that she now looked like a cat. Well, that's what people say. I think she looks more like a lion, but lion woman doesn't have as nice of a ring to it. Her journey started with the titular cat eye lift surgery, but it was just the first in many steps to get her this perfect face. According to her friends and family, however, the surgeries were intended to not give her a Barbie-like face, but that of a lynx, which she apparently had as a pet. While she was famous for a long time, it was the photos that were shared following her divorce from her husband Alec that really made her famous. Most of the attention was of course drawn to her looks, and she was quickly dubbed the Catwoman by the entire world. Despite being worth millions of dollars, Jocelyn has faced financial struggles over the past few years, and at one point she was even sued by American Express for owing them $70,000 in credit. Her cat eyes may be trapped behind a massive layer of plastic and silicone, but they will always be be the first step taken down her rocky road. And those are the celebrities who looked the strangest and worst with their faces full. Number 10. Khloe Kardashian. Khloe Kardashian is one of many people from the Kardashian crew that I could have chosen for this list, but unlike some of her sisters, Khloe has opened up to fans about her cosmetic surgery journey, revealing her only regret about having a nose job. For years, Keeping Up with Kardashian's fans had questioned whether Khloe had any work done on her nose or any other part of her body really. During the show's reunion special last year, she confirmed that she had the surgery. She had apparently been hesitant to share the information with fans, as she claimed that the world is just a bit too easy to set off and that people would more than likely bombard her with backlash, which is exactly what happened. After revealing the truth, she was blasted with questions left and right. Why? What? When? Where? Huh? According to Khloe, the main reason she wanted to try something different was because she was tired of being compared to her siblings all the time. The Kardashian clan is large and filled with basically one of every kind of crazy, but Khloe has maintained that she regrets trying to alter herself just to be a little bit more different than her sisters. Number 9. Cardi B. Cardi B has never been coy about the plastic surgery procedures that she's had done. During an Instagram live video in December 2022, she talked about a procedure that she had done to her bum years ago and gave her followers a word of advice while doing so. Following the birth of her son, Wave, that's a great name, in September in 2021, people said that they thought she had work done, when in reality she had gotten surgery in August to have 95% of her bipolymer bum injection removed. She went on to tell people that they should do research and listen to their doctors, not just when it comes to bum injections, but also Brazilian bum lifts. Seriously, why can't I say butt? And all the other plastic and cosmetic surgeries. In 2019, the rapper got candid about having to cancel and postpone shows because she needed time off to recover from a liposuction. On Twitter, she talked about having to miss work for 2 weeks because of that. And in that same year, Cardi also told Entertainment Tonight that she had a chest lift after giving birth to her daughter, Culture, and was unhappy with needing to take the time off. So Cardi's biggest problem is not with the procedures themselves, but the recovery time it seems to take. Well, fear no more with InstaLift. No, I'm just kidding, that's not real, but oh man, I've got a good pitch for Shark Tank. Number 8. Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen has no issue when it comes to being open about what plastic surgery procedures she has done. The 35-year-old model recently took to her Instagram story to show off the results of the cosmetic surgery procedure that she revealed she underwent: buccal fat removal. The goal of buccal fat removal is to thin the cheeks, and specifically in the area of the cheek hollows, and I'm not talking about face cheeks. While she claims that the removal was a success and that she could see the results, the aftermath of the situation left her on the other side of the argument. She was candid about this procedure. Many were still questioning how she got her face cheeks to look so perfect though. Speculation started running wild of people claiming to know for a fact that she had fillers. In fact, an entire YouTube channel was dedicated to proving that this woman was made of silicone. She addressed the rumors online and claimed that she did in fact receive the aforementioned bum solution, but she denied that the claims that she received any kind of cheek fillers, and instead she made it known that she was not an advocate for body morphing, claiming that the only time that this should ever be done is for medical purposes. Number 7. Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie has been a staple in the world of Hollywood ever since starring in the iconic 1978 horror flick Halloween. She slowly made herself a force to be reckoned with, making her way through several iconic shows and films before landing an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in last year's Everything Everywhere All at Once. Jamie has been very open about her life when asked in interviews. She is an open book ready to be read by any and all that are interested. When the topic of plastic surgery comes up, Jamie is very loud with her opinion, claiming people should not F with their faces. In 1985, Jamie underwent a handful of procedures to increase her beauty. She got Botox and liposuction, which she admitted made her feel terrible. She also recounted trying to change her hairstyle all the time, but the reinvention of Jamie Lee just never took place. Now in her 60s, Jamie is still stunning, and it's got nothing to do with surgery. Just a long life of running away from masked maniacs. Number 6. Kim Kardashian. The reality star can be tight-lipped about the cosmetic procedures that she has undergone, and has repeatedly denied getting plastic surgery, but on a forthcoming episode of The Kardashians, she seems to make a surprising confession. In a peek at season 3 shared by her sister Khloe on Snapchat, Kim is seen taking voice lessons. While talking to her vocal coach, the Skims founder admitted that she couldn't use her neck muscles to sing because half of hers were probably Botoxed. Kim admitted to having a little bit of Botox in a 2020 2022 Allure interview, but claims that she's had no filler, adding that she will never fill her cheeks and she's never filled her lips and all this jazz. While this may be true, back in 2010, Kardashian suffered facial bruises after getting Botox before she turned 30, an experience that was documented on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kim claims that the surgeon warned her of all the possible side effects, like they're supposed to do, but because it was the first time receiving the procedure, she flipped out in front of the cameras. Since then, Kim has steered clear of any more Botox-related procedures, claiming that she felt a constant burning sensation for days afterwards, being some of the most painful moments of her life. Number 5. Courtney Cox. The Friends star was speaking with the UK Sunday Times Style magazine ahead of the launch of her new comedy horror TV show, Shining Vale, in which she plays a depressed novelist who moves from New York City to rural Connecticut with her family. Cox herself is facing up to the fact that she is not far off from 60. She admitted that she initially tried to fight aging with all kinds of cosmetic trends, but eventually realized that she had gone crazy and is now trying to age gracefully. Despite her global superstar status, Cox said her confidence was dented a few years ago after shooting a pilot for a series that was never produced. Thankfully, the treatment she received could be removed. Her face filler slowly dissolved, and it would appear that she has decided to steer clear of any more cosmetic situations, proven by her role in the new Scream series, where she really does not look all that different from her Friends days. Number 4. Sharon Osbourne. The talk host, who is 70, admitted that she came to the decision to quit with the surgeries after an October 2021 facelift left her with one eye lower than the other one. TV personality and wife to the Prince of Darkness, Sharon previously spoke about regretting the horrendous facelift with the Sunday Times. She said she had a full facelift that October that left her looking like a mummy in an enormous amount of pain. Not only did the procedure leave her with one droopy eye, but she added that the 5.5-hour operation was not worth the time or the price tag. In fact, she kept calling herself a cyclops because they did such a bad job. At least she was able to laugh about the situation. Since her last botched job, Sharon has decided to steer clear of the whole surgical route for now, and instead is going with the au naturel look. Number 3. Tara Reid. Tara was initially a rising star in the world of Hollywood, being featured in several franchises over the years, but as time went on, her career slowed down and she was offered less and less roles. This was thanks to the reality series called Taradice, which showcased her penchant for the party lifestyle. A wardrobe malfunction at a party for P. Diddy in 2004, in which one part of her chest was visible for all the world to see, did not help the situation. Shots of her deformed chest quickly circulated on the internet, and Reid says that she was devastated. She had consulted with a plastic surgeon who gave her a completely different size than she had wanted, and Reid also had a procedure called body contouring done by the same surgeon, and she was unhappy with those results as well. Reid went under the procedure again one more time to get the previously botched jobs corrected. She says she saw a therapist for about a year to get help with her confidence issues and has settled down since her Taradice days. And on top of that, she's also steered clear from too many more surgeries, urging anyone who is going under to do some research first and, check those sources. Number 2, Mickey Rourke. In the 1980s, Mickey Rourke began to find success as an actor. He was praised for his appearance. The Independent compared his youthful appearance to Marlon Brando or James Dean. So when the actor's appearance changed in the 90s, fans started asking questions. And as it turns out, the explanation for the transformation, it makes sense. Speaking on the topic of plastic surgery, Rourke told the Daily Mail in 2009 that most of his was to mend the mess of his face after boxing. Rourke had cartilage taken from his ear to help rebuild his nose, which was an operation that he called one of the most painful things he had ever gone through. His biggest regret comes from not doing enough research before booking the appointment. Seriously, this whole list could just be top 10 times he should have done research. He's quoted as saying he went to the wrong guy to get his face fixed. Well, he has claimed that he's only had one more surgery to attempt to fix things. He has since become a public advocate for only getting surgery if it's for health purposes, because sometimes you need a part of your arm grafted to your shin. People are wild. At number 1, Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman has admitted that she regretted using Botox to battle the signs of aging. The Australian actress confessed that she did indeed use the cosmetic injections, but said that it was an unfortunate step in her beauty regime, adding that she was glad to regain some of the movement in her face. She recounts getting Botox at one point and claiming that it had unfortunately left her face looking a little disfigured, ultimately opting out to get another jab. She claims to have hated the way she looked when she first received the shots, very quickly realizing what a mistake she had made. She claims that her beauty comes from a natural place outside of that, saying in interviews that she is not one to advocate for plastic surgery. She claims to use sunscreen, not do any illegal substances, and she takes care of herself. Boring! Hey, if I had millions of dollars, I might drink a smoothie and hire a trainer too. But I don't. Number 10. Zac Efron in Baywatch. Acknowledging his appearance changed in recent years, Efron explained that his looks changed after he fell over at his home and he broke his jaw in November of 2013, making his face and jaw muscles have to work extra hard. According to Zac, he was seeing a physical therapist to help him recover from this, but he briefly stopped while he was in Australia, where he taped 2 seasons of his Netflix series Down to Earth. It wasn't until 2017's Baywatch that fans really noticed the physical changes that Zac was going through. He was already a very muscular man. He claims to have starved and dehydrated himself for the shoot to appear more toned up. And on top of that, this was around the same time that his jaw started to reset itself, being noticeably stiff throughout the feature. His jaw is now more pronounced and it gives him like a more square but muscular face, almost appearing swollen sometimes. The look was only a third of the reason that fans hated this movie. It was also because of the terrible script and performances from its cast. Seriously, Dwayne Johnson, come on. Number 9. Sylvester Stallone in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, Sylvester Stallone's face is distracting in general. Ever since Rocky, this dude has looked like he's slowly been melting for 20 years, until suddenly a new face emerged. The fun thing with Sylvester is, depending on what movie you've seen between 2010 and now, depends on what you may have gotten in terms of face altogether. Around The Expendables, fans started to notice some subtle changes in his face. The cheeks were a little bit more prominent, he seemed to have more pronounced jaw, but the closer to the final Rambo movie we got, the more that he began to resemble his Rocky days. But most recently in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it seems that someone took a drywall scraper and just like slowly flattened his face. His eyebrows also look more pronounced, almost like they're the Nike swoosh. And while the overall film is not a flop, the scenes with Sylvester in them were universally agreed to be unnecessary and distracting to the overall project. Number 8. Mickey Rourke in Wild Orchid. Back in his early days in Hollywood, Rourke was known as one of the prettiest boys in town. He was often compared to the likes of Marlon Brando and James Dean. However, that reputation did not last long. Throughout the 1980s, the diner actor would always talk about his issues with fame and how he hated the industry. So, throughout the early 90s, Mickey slowly started getting into the world of professional boxing as an escape. This was the main cause for so much of his misshapen face. According to Mickey himself, he had slowly been dismantled by the sport, breaking his nose twice, snapping his cheekbone, and damaging his ribs and toes. Needless to say, a professional doctor advised him to hang up the gloves before it did too much damage, but unfortunately that damage was already done. In his 1990 film Wild Orchid, the actor's cheeks were visibly swollen and he just looked so different. Later in 2009, he admitted that these changes were indeed due to botched plastic surgery, as a lot of people speculated. Whether it was the bad acting or the bad surgery, the movie tanked at the box office and it currently sits at a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. Since then, Mickey has gone under again for corrective surgery, but he still looks like a clay model of his former self. Number 7. Nicole Kidman in Bewitched. Nicole has been around for a while in the world of Hollywood, starring in everything from superhero movies like Batman Forever to the film on this list, 2005's Bewitched. The film was based around a TV series of the same name and featured Kidman as the lead and Will Ferrell as her co-star. The film was okay, it's fun for some, but for critics, it was a rough ride. One thing many fans noticed right away was that her cheeks looked suspiciously round. Like throughout the movie, the audience was left wondering what was happening to Nicole's face. Over the years, it has been speculated that she's gotten some kind of work done, but it was never actually confirmed. But just taking one look at a side-by-side proves that something has been done. Her cheeks look fuller, her face seems lifted, and there's a lot going on upstairs. This film was just the first of many to leave fans pondering what Nicole had been doing, and it did not stop there. The closer to 2020 we got, the more she appeared to have done, becoming nearly unrecognizable in her role in Bombshell. Number 6. John Travolta in Wild Hogs. Hugs. John Travolta is a renowned actor who's been around for decades and's probably starred in at least one of your top 10 movies. However, the iconic Pulp Fiction actor surprised fans with what looks like the aftermath of botched plastic surgery in 2007's Wild Hogs. Fans were convinced that John had some work done in his face and it had gone horribly wrong. Comparing his face to the Grease Lightning star that we all know and loved, there are just noticeable differences under his eyes and around his jaw. He now had more of a square face with unnaturally straight bone structure that he most certainly did not have when he met Sandy. Of course, getting Botox, fillers, or even plastic surgery as a quick fix to hide the inevitable signs of aging is not that big of a deal in Hollywood, but Mr. Travolta might have just stepped into the wrong surgeon's office, as fans were shocked and critical about his new look. The film overall was just a little bit strange, but it had a nice premise. It featured some pretty stellar comedic actors like Tim Allen and Martin Lawrence and Ray Liotta. They played a wannabe crew of bikers who get more than they bargained for when they run into actual gang members. It sounds fun, but the entire film is derailed by the distracting face of John Travolta. Seriously, this dude went from Grease Lightning to being struck by lightning. Number 5. Helen Hunt and I See You. From Mad About You and What Women Want to Twister, there is no denying that Helen Hunt has been a tour de force on screens big and small for decades. In fact, she got her start as a child actor in the 70s. A lifetime in the spotlight means fans will always be curious about every aspect of your life. Considering the pressure to remain youthful in Hollywood, many fans wondered if Helen Hunt ever decided to get plastic surgery. Well, 2019 was a big year for Helen. She had several movies coming out and had just directed an episode of The Politician. However, the main draw of that year was her role in the horror movie I See You, with many fans claiming that the film was unwatchable simply due to her facelift. It seemed like someone was trying to CGI out all the age on her face, but it ended up looking just strange, weird. The negative online comments caused many fans to skip this one and wait for the home release. Who am I kidding? They torrented it. Number 4. Tara Reid in American Pie Reunion. Tara has starred in several comedy flicks over the years, but they tend to stick to the same category: schlocky and cheap, which are still fun, being a part of movies like Van Wilder, Sharknado, and of course the American Pie series. While she seemed to be on the rise, rumors of a serious attitude on set were slowly bringing her less and less roles, and a wardrobe malfunction at a party for P. Diddy in 2004, in which one part of her chest was visible for all the world to see, well, that didn't help either. She had clearly gotten some work done, which was obvious thanks to a certain body part being in the shape of a square and not a circle like it should be. She had also received many physical alterations to her face and stomach, with the latter being botched so horribly to the point where Tara had a hernia that prevented her from being able to work without a shirt on, which was apparently a big part of her career. When the gang got back together for the reunion, fans were curious to see where the film would take the crew and if it may be the first of many more American Pie movies. Unfortunately, the script combined with the distracting physical changes to one of its main cast members caused fans to peg this flick as a must-forget. Number 3. Jeremy Piven in Smokin' Aces. The Entourage star has not always been some cool guy in a suit. He's been a wide range of characters, from a bald store clerk to a villain in Spy Kids 4. This man is versatile, and so is his hair. In one of Jeremy's first acting gigs in Singles from 1992, he's very obviously missing the top of his head. His hair is slowly thinning, but is very clearly on its way out. Okay, so cut to the first season of Entourage, where his hair suddenly began to grow back. And by the time the 2006 movie Smokin' Aces came along, Jeremy had long hair. He looked like he was in a boy band that partied just a little bit too hard. This was a very distracting moment in the world of Hollywood and is a part of the reason that this movie tanked. It could be that, or it could be the terrible performances given by Piven, especially when you compare it to his co-stars like Ryan Reynolds and Ben Affleck, but who knows. It seems that the closer to 2020 we got, the more hair this dude had. He claims to have received hair transplant surgery, which was difficult to hide as he was bald one day and Elvis Presley the next. Number 2. Portia de Rossi, Arrested Development. While this may not be a film entry, how about the fact that she messed up a whole season of television just with her face? In fact, it had changed so much that her character was slowly written out of the series. The popular series returned after 7 years of rest, releasing an entire season, 15 episodes worth worth all at once on Netflix. Now this is how the running joke heavy sitcom was really meant to be watched, all in one sitting over and over again at the viewer's own leisure. But it seemed that all the Twitter sphere could talk about was actress Portia de Rosy's face. De Rosy, who plays the vapid, self-centered, clueless Lindsay Bluth Fuquet in the series, had apparently gotten some work done as a side-by-side of season 1 to season 4 shows vastly different faces. Several plastic surgeons gave their take on the possible changes and agreed that it was very obvious that she had had some work done. They report that she received a nasal tip reconstruction and Botox injections. Yeah, you don't need to be a plastic surgeon to see that one. Unfortunately for the show, that 4th season was not well received, and one of the many issues that fans seemed to have was the little to no explanation on why Lindsay looked like that. And at number 1, Kim Basinger in The Burning Plane. Kim was a rising star in the 1980s, being featured in rom-coms, action movies, dramatic pieces, each one just a little bit better than it would have been without her. Towards the end of the 1990s, she was still maintaining a steady career, but as we entered the new millennium, many were noticing several changes to her face. By the time The Burning Plane came out, it was obvious what was going on. Her cheeks were noticeably larger, leaving her with deep ridges. Her face was also suspiciously wrinkle-free, which made the changes even more obvious. Between the Botox, the facelift, and who knows what else, her role in the film was bogged down by the unrecognizable face of Miss Kim Basinger. Despite boasting a great cast with Jennifer Lawrence and Charlize Theron, the film tanked, and no one could take it seriously.
So starting off our list today at number 10, we have Kim Kardashian. For years now, it seems like the Kardashian family has denied having any sort of procedures done, which is baffling because just having one look at the family, you can tell that they have definitely had a lot of work done to achieve their looks. While Kim has continued to go on and claim that she hasn't had any butt injections, she has claimed to getting cortisone shots to help her with her psoriasis. In 2022, during her cover interview with Allure, she would explain that she had a little bit of Botox done, and that's exactly what she's done to her face over the years. She then went on to deny any other procedures after she said she chilled on all the Botox lately. She then went on to claim that she's never had eyelash extensions and went on to say, "I've never done anything. I have a drop of mascara on today. I've never filled my cheeks. I've never filled my lips." But do we actually really believe her? Number 9, Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen has been pretty open about her plastic surgery when she first started to admit to her procedures back in 2017 when she told Refinery 29 that she had her armpit sucked out, and when her fat came back, she had to pay for liposuction again so she could feel more confident when she wore her dresses. Then in 2019, the star would take to her Instagram to post that she would be removing her chest implants as she wanted to be able to zip into a dress size that was actually her size. And then again in 2021, the star would take to her Instagram again to share that she had the fat removed from her cheeks when she said, "I did that Dr. Diamond buccal fat removal thing here, and since I quit drinking, I'm really seeing the results." Chrissy then went on to point to the area of her cheek where the procedure had been done before adding in her caption that she had no shame in her Dr. Diamond game. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming at number 8, we have Khloe Kardashian. I don't think any of us really thought Khloe would admit to some of the procedures she had done on her face, as we thought she was just going to conceal the truth about her work like the rest of the family seems to do. However, during an episode on Keeping Up with the Kardashian series finale reunion, the star would admit to her procedures when she said, "For me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she had her 3rd face transplant, but I've had one nose job and everyone gets so upset like, why don't I talk about it? No one's ever asked me." On her talk show Cocktails with Khloe, the star also admitted to having facial fillers dissolved when she said, "My face was so effed, I had to go and get this whole thing dissolved. It was a bummer and now I'm afraid to do it again. I'm also almost like I swear things are still in my face," which is honestly probably true, as once you alter your face, you can't go back to what you used to look like before. Number 7, Ashley Tisdale. Have you ever noticed that Ashley Tisdale's face altered around the time she was working on the hit show Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? Well, later on in Ashley's career, after the rumors started to circulate around the star altering her nose, she would admit that she did have a nose job done in 2007 to fix a deviated septum. When she told people, "I didn't do this because I believe in plastic surgery, I did this to help my health. I literally almost could not breathe out of my right nostril. I want my fans to know the truth. I'm not someone who is going to act like I have done nothing. I just want to be honest with my fans who are everything to me. And while Ashley did choose to admit that she had surgery done, she's not like most celebrities on this list today because she chose to have the cosmetics procedures done to help her health and not to improve her overall look. Number 6. Bella Hadid. In her 2022 Vogue cover story, Bella Hadid would share that she regretted having her nose altered when she was just 14 years old, when she said, "I wish I would have kept the nose of my ancestors. I think I would have grown into it." She also went on to add that her nose job was the only procedure she has ever gotten done, and she went on to say, "People think I fully effed my face because of one picture of me as a teenager looking puffy. I'm sure you don't look the same now as you did when you're 13, right? I've never used filler. Let's just put an end to that. I have no issue with it, but it's not for me." Instead, she went on to state that her lifted appearance is the result of an illusion when she said, "Whoever thinks I've gotten my eyes lifted or whatever, it's called face tape, the oldest trick in the book." However, while the star has admitted to her nose job, it's only a matter of time before she comes out to reveal that she also had buccal fat removal, as her cheeks are looking hella sculpted lately. Number 5. Joe Jonas. You think being one of the best looking men in Hollywood, Joe Jonas would have never done anything to his face, but then think again, as the star has had help from injectables over the years to help combat signs of getting older. As he once told people, we're all getting older, and part of it is being comfortable in our own skin. Around this time, Joe was also becoming a brand partner for Exomin, which is an anti-wrinkle injectable that temporarily improves the appearance of frown lines using a double filtered formula. Joe would also go on to admit he not only uses this treatment for his frown lines, but he also uses it to smooth out a scar he has between his eyebrows, before noting that his procedure has never been over the top and that he kept things pretty light so you couldn't really tell that he has had work done. Joe actually only chose to come out about his cosmetic treatments so he can encourage other men to feel comfortable doing the same thing, as he doesn't find it such a big deal, and he would also state that we should all feel confident about how we look. Number 4. Courtney Cox. At one point in time, we all noticed that there was just something different about Courtney Cox, and while a lot of people just couldn't wrap their finger around it and what was different with her, some of the star's fans then started to accuse the star of having work done. While Courtney was silent for years about her cosmetic procedures, in 2017 she would finally admit to having cosmetic surgeries when she said, "I've had all my fillers dissolved. I'm as natural as I can be. I feel better because I look myself. I think that I now look like the person that I was. I hope I do. Things are going to change. Everything's going to drop. I was trying to make it not drop, but that made my face look fake. You need movement in your face, especially if you have thin skin like I do. Those aren't wrinkles, they're smile lines. I've had to learn how to embrace movement and realize that fillers are not my friend." But honestly, fillers seem to be no one's friend, so it's surprising to see so many celebrities entering into the trend to get them. Number 3. Marc Jacobs. Back in 2021, Marc Jacobs would cause quite the public stir on Instagram after he uploaded a selfie of himself post-operation that showcased his head wrapped in bandages. The celebrity would then open up about his $50,000 facelift and his decision to publicly reveal he had gone under surgery, while saying there was no shame in being vain. The designer has been sharing candid photos of his post-operative recovery on his personal Instagram account since. The celebrity plastic surgeon Andrew Giacono performed his deep plane facelift on July 20th, 2021. Marc would then open up about his procedure with Vogue when he told the media outlet, "I've got some scars around my ears and my face is swollen. I have a bruised neck. I'm still posting on Instagram. I don't care. I don't even see it as an effort to be transparent. I'm doing what I normally do, which is living my life and sharing it with anybody who is interested." Marc would then point out that he's been pretty honest about his changing appearance for decades, and he'll continue to do so as he gets more procedures done. Number 2. Tori Spelling. Back in 2021, Tori Spelling would address her expired and recalled chest implants when the actress posted a photo of herself at a plastic surgeon's office that year on November 19th. In the caption of the photo, she would say, "After needing to for many years, I'm finally addressing my expired and recalled implants. Thanks for squeezing me in. Dr. Plastic Surgery. Great consult. I adore you already." Beforehand, Tori had already previously shared that her implants had expired during an October episode, Wind Down with Janet Kramer. And when Tori was asked if she wanted to have new implants done, the Beverly Hills 90210 actor would say she did, before noting, "See, no one told me when I got that done. In 10 years, you would have to get them redone." Beforehand, in 2019, Tori did address all the rumors around her changed appearance when she told people, "The one thing that stuck with me forever was the plastic surgery thing. I literally had my nose done and my chest done. That's it. I'm constantly reading that I've done more." While the star has been under speculation for more procedures since she was at the age of 19, it seems like most celebrities can shake the rumors, but Tori's plastic surgery rumors have stuck with her throughout her entire career. And coming in at number 1 today, we have Reed Ewing. Reed Ewing once opened up about how he had a nightmare of a time struggling with body dysmorphia and the resulting horrors he faced when he attempted to use plastic surgery to fix it. When the actor, who is best known for playing Dylan on Modern Family, penned an essay for the Huffington Post, he would give shocking details about how he had a pretty difficult time in his life dealing with body dysmorphic disorder. So if you don't know what body dysmorphic disorder is, it's a mental illness in which a person obsesses over the way he or she looks, thinking about their real or perceived flaws for hours each day. And for Reed, he spent years analyzing every single feature, to the point he had to make his first appointment to meet with a cosmetic surgeon when he was only 19 years old. Though he describes the doctor as being curt and uninterested in his worries, nevertheless, he decided to undergo the surgery to get a large cheek implant. After getting the surgery done, Reed would face more problems, as he had to hide his face from the public to hide his disordered appearance post-surgery. It also didn't help when he woke up from the surgery, all the doctor and his staff could do was laugh at the actor's appearance. Starting off our list today at number 10, we have Amanda Bynes. Back in 2013, Amanda Bynes' parents would outline a troubling portrait of the star in a court papers as they were seeking a legal conservatorship to manage her affairs. Among other things, they would also tell Ventura County Court that Amanda had been suffering from severe body image issues that left her feeling extremely paranoid about being watched, to the point that she would cover smoke alarms with towels, tape windows shut, and even cover her car dashboard with cardboard and tape out of fear that cameras were watching her from inside these places. Amanda's fears were so strong that she soon became obsessed with the idea that she and others were ugly. Her parents also noted that this was around the time their daughter also started to talk about cosmetic surgeries that she wanted to get consistently, and that they even received large doctor bills from surgeons just a few months since they moved to New York, as Amanda had spent a large amount of her fortune. With Amanda being worth only $4 million at the time, she spent around $1.3 million of her money just in a short amount of time, which was kinda concerning. Number 9. Heidi Montag. So back in 2010, Heidi Montag would admit to the Daily Mail that she wished she hadn't wasted so much of her money on plastic surgery, after she and Spencer Pratt revealed that they were considering filing for bankruptcy after blowing their $10 million fortune. The reality TV couple who splurged all of their fortune on crystals, luxury cars, and Heidi's plastic surgery and failed pop album would also know that they owed close to $2 million in taxes. The former stars of The Hills would then claim that they had to move into Spencer's parents' guest home after struggling to pay the rent on their $35,000 a month Malibu mansion. Heidi then would go on to note that Spencer's parents would even have to go out to the grocery stores for them on the weekend, and that she regrets her costly decision to undergo 10 plastic surgery procedures. Before saying, "I spent thousands on the procedures and aftercare. I had private nurses coming twice a day for 2 months for treatments and bandage chances. Each time they came, it cost $2,000. I wish I didn't waste so much money on it." Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming number 8, we have Michael Jackson. When Michael Jackson passed away in 2009, his passing would leave behind so many unanswered questions about the eccentric pop star's alleged plastic surgery. Throughout his career, his dramatic transformations made him infamous, as fans wondered exactly how much surgery he had. In 2015, a documentary would be released called The 10 Faces of Michael Jackson. And in this documentary, it would hint that the late singer had more than 100 procedures done on his face, and that the late star passed away with a staggering amount of debt, with his abandoned Neverland Ranch serving as a haunted reminder of his extravagant pop star past. With Michael having countless sold-out tours and endorsement deals, he was also the owner of a multi-million-pound music catalog that included his own work and that of artists such as the Beatles. But incredibly, the wealth he was bringing in with royalties was said to have been nothing compared to the incredible amount of debt he was simultaneously racking up. A forensic accountant asked to speak at the 2013 trial would then explain that Jackson blew his entire fortune on gifts, travel, art, zoo animals, jewelry, furniture, donations to numerous charities, as well as plastic surgery. At the time of Michael's passing, he was $500 million in debt due to his spending habits. Number 7. Little Kim. Before there was Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, there was Little Kim. With a string of successful albums to her name, she went on to mentor many others who came after her. Lately though, her name has been surfacing due to reasons unrelated to music, mostly because of her ever-changing looks. As years went by, Little Kim began appearing on red carpets and in interviews with lighter skin, higher cheeks, a smaller nose, and in addition, drastic alterations. It then became clear one day that the rapper was spending half of her time in the recording studio and the other half in the plastic surgeon clinic. In an interview in 2005, Little Kim admitted to getting several nose jobs done after she had her nose broken. The rapper then continued to undergo multiple surgeries so she could keep up with the impossible beauty standards the world kept advertising. And men also played a major role in her insecurities as they made her believe that she wasn't pretty enough. In June of 2018, Kim reportedly had to file for bankruptcy and hoped to auction off her New Jersey home to help her pay off her enormous $4 million debt. Official court documents would then reveal that the rap superstar was earning around $18,000 a month and her personal expenses were reaching close to $13,000. So this left Kim with no option but to file for bankruptcy, as she couldn't find a way to pay her ever-growing amounts of money that she owed to the IRS, with her also owing over $1.5 million in federal income taxes. This would cause Kim's net worth to be around $500,000 today, which is a far cry from what she used to be worth. Number 6. Stassi Schroeder. Former Vanderpump Rules TV personality Stassi opened up in her book that she published in April of 2019 about why she chose to get a chin implant, chest reduction, among other alterations. In the book, she would say it's one of the best things that she's ever done to this day, as it made her feel good about herself. She then went on to point out that her parents trusted her judgment to get the surgery done, and she was just desperate to have a bigger chin and a more defined jaw. While the star has experienced many ups and downs in her career, like being fired from Vanderpump Rules in 2020, she has still amassed an impressive amount of money, as she has an estimated net worth of $2 million. But if she didn't fork out $20,000 on plastic surgery and then more money on nurses while they would change her bandages every day, she would probably be worth more money than she is today. Number 5. Mama June Shannon. So back in 2020, Mama June, who is known as June Shannon, is a reality TV personality known for her family show, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Because she has spent more than a decade on television, you would assume that June wasn't exactly hurting for money, but that clearly isn't the case. As back in 2020, June would admit that she had to sell her house after going broke, and then it would also be known that the star spent her entire fortune not only on $75,000 worth of plastic surgery, but also on substances. She would also state that she was spending over $250,000 in 4 months because she spent a large part of her fortune that she made on reality TV on surgery, while partying with her ex-boyfriend. According to the Celebrity Net Worth, Mama June is now only worth $50,000, which would likely come to a shock to many since she's on reality TV and she's amassed quite a fan following in the past decade. Number 4. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke used to be one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood, but thanks to his obsession with plastic surgery, the star is now completely unrecognizable after leaving Hollywood to become a boxer. Mickey had a pretty successful career, and he won 27 matches, including 12 knockouts and 3 defeats between 1964 to 1973. His return to the ring as a professional boxer in the 1990s also proved to be equally successful as he remained undefeated in 8 fights and had 6 wins, including 4 knockouts and 2 draws. Unfortunately, his career choice also came with a string of severe facial injuries, as he had to face a broken nose twice, and he even had a compressed cheekbone, which caused the star to undergo several reconstructive surgeries to treat his boxing injuries. However, many of those surgeries failed to bring the actor the desired results and prompted him to go under the knife consistently, which caused him to lose a large chunk of his net worth. While the star is now worth $10 million, he is also in $50,000 worth of debt with Amex, and he is ranked up $70K in therapy bills. Number 3, Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson went from earning $6.6 million a year to being flat broke. While the star has been the subject of plastic surgery rumors many times over her decade-long career, the former TV star has also been mostly quiet about which procedures she has actually undergone since her debut in 1989. The star over the years has undergone through a series of plastic surgeries, from lip fillers, nose jobs, and chest enlargement, which she had to fork out thousands of dollars. However, it wasn't just her trips to the doctors and her trips to the mall that caused Pamela to lose her entire fortune, as she would later become a tax delinquent after it was revealed that she owed over $450,000 in unpaid taxes, making the star now worth only $20 million, but it could have been more if she paid her bills and didn't spend all her money on plastic surgery and lavish spending. Number 2, Jocelyn Wildenstein. Former billionaire Jocelyn Wildenstein, known as Catwoman, went bankrupt with $0 in her account. Back in 2019, Jocelyn had to file for federal Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, and according to the New York Post, she listed her city bank account balance at $0 in the filing. She then would also note that she was only getting $900 a month in social security payments, which probably would have been avoidable if the star didn't spend over $4 million on plastic surgery. However, Jocelyn's love for plastic surgery has earned her the celebrity status she has today. The so-called socialite first started undergoing the knife because she wanted to please her ex-husband, as he had a thing for big cats. The star then proceeded to go through countless surgeries to land a cat-like look. While the star claims her debt came with divorce and it had nothing to do with her outrageous spending, I'm sure she didn't spend more than $4 million on surgery. She probably would still be a billionaire today, and she would be worth a lot more than $10 million. And coming in at number 1 today, we have Janice Dickinson. Back in 2013, the Daily Mail would report that Janice Dickinson declared bankruptcy after she accumulated nearly $1 million in debt. The former judge on America's Next Top Model declared bankruptcy after racking up unpaid bills and doctor bills for plastic surgery procedures. Janice, who owed more than $8,000 to Vevert Hill dermatologist and also more than $8,000 in debt with a Beverly Hills anti-aging center, the former supermodel would also confirm the report later on Radar Online, where she stated she was eager to pay back her debt. On top of her plastic surgery debt, she was also in debt due to unpaid taxes, which equaled out to be more than $500,000. And she would also be accused of stealing $20,000 worth of jewelry at a charity fashion show during New York Fashion Week. Coming at number 10, we have Lea Michele. Back in December, Lea Michele started to go trending on Twitter after the internet started to troll her for her new chiseled facial appearance. When the funny girl actress posted a selfie comparing herself to Lucia, the beautiful working girl on The White Lotus, the internet was then quick to notice her resemblance to another trending character, which is a girl who has undergone buccal fat removal. The cosmetic procedure involved surgically removing fat between the cheekbones and the jawbones via incisions inside the mouth to highlight one's facial bone structure. While people have been doing the surgery for decades, it's currently all the rage with young celebrities and people on TikTok. It takes a normal looking girl and makes them look almost skeletal, which is pretty damaging to a younger person's image. While the surgery isn't everybody's cup of tea, I still don't understand why Hollywood girlies aren't trying to get rid of it and why they keep opting to do it, and it kinda made Lea Michele look more scary than her Rachel Berry days on Glee. Number 9, Khloe Kardashian. Khloe Kardashian has been pretty open about her physical transformation, and unlike her other sisters, she claimed that she has undergone plastic surgery more than once in her life. While the reality TV star isn't too outspoken when it comes to her past procedures, she has opened up once before about the reason behind her choice to undergo the knife. In a reunion episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe revealed that she opted for a few cosmetic alterations by saying, "For me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she had a third face transplant, but I've had one nose job." Aside from her nose job, the Good American founder has also revealed she has done injections, but not really Botox because she responded horribly Botox. Khloe, like Kylie, has also gotten so much filler done at one point. She even went back 3 times to get it dissolved, but it still feels like the effects are still there. But for a while, the star did look a little scary with all that filler. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming in number 8, we have Priscilla Presley. Priscilla Presley was a legendary beauty, but when she underwent plastic surgery in the past, it left her with some unfortunate side effects. It would force her to come out and claim that she unknowingly had industrial low-grade silicone injected into her face by a doctor who wasn't even licensed to practice medicine in the United States. Priscilla was one of many victims who fell into the hands of Dr. Daniel Serranoez. In 2008, a rep of the actress would share that an investigation which uncovered his misconduct ultimately led to his imprisonment. Miss Presley dealt with this matter years ago, and eventually everything is now well. Serrano, who was not licensed to practice medicine, would find himself being deported back to Argentina after serving 18 months in federal prison, after some of his injections caused lumps, paralysis, and holes in his client's face. But the work he did to Priscilla definitely had her wishing that she never underwent the surgery, and she never even tried to have it repaired as she was kind of scared it would do more harm than good. Number 7, Janice Dickinson. It's clear that Hollywood's obsession with plastic surgery is starting to get really scary, and if you look what happened to Janice Dickinson after she made an attempt to keep her youthful appearance, people would even start to confuse her with Caitlyn Jenner. After she had a botched procedure done, even according to celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Yoon, Janice had every plastic surgery procedure there is. And that's not really hard to believe, as once the stunning model now looks like she is pure plastic. And I've seen her undergo some treatments on reality TV. Dr. Yoon would then jokingly add, "I believe she's undergone pretty much every facial plastic surgery there is, including a facelift, eye lift, lip injections, Botox, fat injections, a brow lift, and she's probably single-handedly paid for her plastic surgeon's house." Despite Janice going under the knife numerous times, Yoon said, while Janice doesn't look a whole lot like herself, she's holding up pretty well, and she's had quite a bit of help. In 2014, Janice would even admit when she was 32, or in the Jurassic era, that's when she had her first procedure done, and it included work to her chest, a tummy tuck, facelift, and Botox. At number 6, we have Linda Evangelista. The OG supermodel hasn't been seen in public for a while now, and in September 23rd, 2021, she would explain why. Linda revealed that she underwent cool sculpting, which she claims left her looking unrecognizable, as it allegedly caused her fat cells in her face to multiply, and she would say, "To my followers who have wondered why I have not been working while my peers' careers have been thriving, the reason is that I was brutally disfigured by a procedure which did the opposite of what it promised." She then went on to talk about the procedure's rare but serious side effects, and she said, "Not only did it destroy my livelihood, but it sent me into a cycle of depression, profound sadness, and lowest depths of self-loathing. In the process, I have become reclusive, and I'm so tired of living this way. I would like to walk out my door with my head held high despite not looking like myself any longer." However, if you look at photos from Linda from 2005 to now, before her procedure disfigured her famous face, the girl was stunning. And if you were looking to get plastic surgery done in the future, let this be a warning and just a reminder that you're beautiful just the way you look. Number 5, Mickey Rourke. Since the beginning of his career, Mickey Rourke has captured the news headlines every now and then, and one of the most talked about things about him is his face. Today, everyone knows Mickey to be an actor of repute who has starred in many successful movies over the years, but it is essential to understand that acting was not Mickey's first love, as he's a man who was in love with boxing and he eventually became a professional boxer. And he did pretty well because he was unbeaten in all his fights as he won and drew others. However, he endured a lot of injuries to his face, and some of these injuries were so severe that they threatened to ruin his good looks, so he opted to have cosmetic surgery to fix his face. However, the doctors he met to help him fix his face just ended up ruining it. His face today is now very different from what his fans had known it to be, and anytime he steps into the public, paparazzi just swarms his face. While the star has undergone different cosmetic surgeries to correct his face, it just keeps changing and it keeps renewing the public's interest. Number 4. Joan Rivers. Comedian Joan Rivers was famous for constantly changing her face. When the reality TV star passed away at the age of 81, her daughter Melissa would write a memoir, The Book of Joan, tales of mirth, mischief, and manipulation. As a tribute to her mother, in it Melissa would reveal that Joan had a staggering 348 cosmetic operations over her life, and she was never happy with the way she looked, which fed into her sense of being less than. Joan Rivers' tragic passing was caused after she had complications following her surgery, after the comedian never recovered from a loss of oxygen to her brain during surgery. Her daughter would then be able to sue the clinic for malpractice. It would be noted that Joan went into the hospital after she scheduled an EGD. However, reports then showed another procedure, a nasolaryngoscopy, which was performed twice by an ENT doctor not privileged to perform that procedure at Yorkville, and Rivers was never informed or consented to that procedure. Number 3. Donatella Versace. Donatella Versace's designs for Versace may have sparked thousands of copycats, but there is no danger of a woman following suit when it comes to Donatella Versace's new look. 30 years ago, the fashion guru had naturally full lips and smooth skin, but today her face is striking for all the wrong reasons, as she has now turned herself into a real-life human waxwork doll after she overdid Botox and added too much filler to her cheeks and lips. Not to mention, the businesswoman has also had a facelift and eyes and brow lift. And if you look at her face, you can tell that her eyelids are like a little droopy because she had some bad Botox, and that's why they look droopy. It's also been said that she looks like she may have had some filler added to her earlobes, as they looked very stretched. Dr. David Rappaport has also provided a timeline of Donatella's alleged procedures, where he would point out that it seems clear that the designer has had a facelift, as she has a scar that you can see on her temple areas, and she has a fine linear scar from it. He would also note that her hairline has been lifted too high and it shouldn't end that high above her ears, but this could also indicate that she's gone under the knife for more than one procedure. Number 2. Carrot Top. Comedian king of props Scott Carrot Top Thompson has had to deal with a lot of plastic surgery rumors and before and after surgery photos, but despite the hundreds of sources saying he underwent the knife to change his looks, the comedian says he hasn't had work done on him, but it's clearly just a lie. So Carrot Top is one of these most successful comedians from the late 90s and 2000s. Aside from comedy, one of the most talked about topics whenever Carrot Top is brought up is about his looks, and people start to debate whether the star has had plastic surgery done or not. Although various sources have tried exploring his transformation to put an answer to the question, the comedian still continues to deny all the rumors that revolve around him undergoing the knife to change his looks. And to this day, the comedian still has to deal with plastic surgery rumors, as the media has been swamped with before and after photos of the star. Many have even compared his transformation to plastic surgery disasters, and some professionals have even commented on it, such as Dr. Anthony Yoon, who pointed out that the comedian has definitely had laser treatments or chemical peels, and he even commented on Carrot Top's appearance by saying he looks more like a muscle-bound cartoon character. Number 1. Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim is undoubtedly one of the brightest, most influential women in hip-hop, yet her legacy remains controversial for one reason or the other. It seems like the star is constantly being thrown in front of the media since the beginning of her career for her ever-changing face. In 2005, Kim would even go on a radio show to explain that she had broken her nose after getting into an altercation with her ex-boyfriend, and she had to get surgery done to fix her nose, and then she would go back to her boyfriend, again, get hurt again, and it would reel her into a tangle of insecurities and self-loathing. Kim was so tired of lying about her injuries and burying her bruises in makeup that she thought it would be better to get professional work done and wipe those physical markings away once and for all. And then after, she would get more surgeries done by her own choice as she was facing insecurities after her boyfriends kept cheating on her with European women with long hair.
Number 10. Madonna. What is there to say about this woman's career? Madonna has been stuck in our heads since we first heard her hits like Material Girls and Crazy for You. What may have also gotten stuck in your head though was just how gorgeous this woman once was. In the 1980s, Madonna was well known for her stylish duds and big blonde hair, at times channeling some serious Marilyn Monroe energy. It was unfortunate that Madonna felt the need to fall into the world of plastic surgery and injections as she got older. Photo comparisons from the 80s to now showcase the major changes, with her forehead appearing to be pushed out as well as her cheeks and her lips being filled with enough Botox to give her the appearance of someone wearing a mask of Madonna over their own face. What's more is this combination seems to have molded her eyes into the almond shape of the cat. Fans have always been left wondering what she may have looked like if she never got any surgery. Would she still be a material girl, or would that material be riddled with stain? Number 9. Kendall Jenner. There have been rumors about the Kardashian crew getting cosmetic surgery since the moment that they first appeared on our screens. Each and every member of that family are accused of having either a nose job or cheek fillers, but Kendall has one noticeable difference that stands out from the rest. In side-by-sides, Kendall's eyes are actually a little bit larger than they once were, as well as more almond-shaped. Several doctors have chimed in online and claimed that there is no way she could have achieved this look by simply using cosmetics, unless they have some kind of a magical substance that yanks your face back, but it probably exists, but that's still very suspicious. Number 8. Bella Hadid. Bella is actually one of the main reasons that this surgery has become so popular. When you compare photos of Bella 10 years ago to ones taken this year, it's night and day. Not only have her cheeks noticeably shrunken and become more toned, but her eyes are more almond-shaped and cat-like. Bella was one of the first people to openly admit to receiving the treatment as a way to further enhance her already obvious beauty. Bella has been drenched in plastic surgery rumors for a long time. In 2018, she clapped back at her so-called haters, telling them that she was horrified of what plastic surgery may do to her face. While cat eye is not considered to be plastic surgery, it's still an invasion of one of the most sensitive areas of your face. But I guess that's okay. As long as nothing gets injected into her eyeball, everything's fine. Number 7. Selena Gomez. The former Wizards of Waverly Place star has been dodging surgery rumors left and right for a very long time. Fans have noticed her face changing over the years. The side-by-sides from her Disney days show drastic changes in her facial features. Not only does she clearly have some kind of a cheek filler, but her eyes are much more cat-like than the original form. Selena has admitted to using skincare products in the past designed to enhance features without the need of invasive surgery. However, no foundation on this earth can give Selena the features that she currently possesses. It comes as no surprise that Selena is actually a spokesperson for several beauty and cosmetic brands and has adamantly denied that she has received any kind of major surgeries. She's been shutting down rumors left and right for a very long time, even deleting photos from Instagram because they received such massive slews of negative comments. While it's never been confirmed if she actually received any work, just watching her on screen these days is enough to prove that the young Alex Russo we once knew has vanished into thin air. Number 6. Nicki Minaj. When it comes to Nicki Minaj and plastic surgery, she only has one response. What's good? No, she just denies it. Rumors have been flying around since the moment she first appeared on our screens and stages. Over the years, fans claim to have inside information that Nicki has received cheek implants, both in her face and her backside, with one of her closest friends turning on her in 2013 and claiming that she was given the 411 on the big old buns. But as with many things involving her looks, Nicki denies any enhancements of any kind. However, it doesn't take a super sleuth to realize that she has totally received some kind of work on her face. Side-by-sides show that Nicki did not have naturally shaped almond eyes when she first appeared on our screens. She may have never confirmed the surgery with her lips, but most certainly did with her eyes. because they're not the right shape now. Number 5. Ariana Grande. We have accepted that the former Nickelodeon star may have had some subtle procedures such as fillers or maybe even a rhinoplasty done. The jury's still out on whether or not she's had a nose job, as Ariana has never confirmed this and actually went as far to denying it on Twitter, although she does have a habit of sometimes editing her nose on Instagram, so it's kinda wishy-washy. We can't ignore the changes that we have seen in the past few years. The Santa Tell Me singer has been rumored to have had even more cosmetic procedures towards the end of 2022, causing her to look almost unrecognizable. The redhead that we all loved on Victorious and Sam and Cat seems to be a totally different person now. Ariana's eyes are more almond shaped, and she now has dimples in her cheeks when she smiles that she just never used to have. Ariana has never confirmed if she's received the surgery or not, but the face that we all knew and loved is hidden behind this new Ariana. Number 4. Kim Basinger. The 69-year-old actress and former model's face has looked suspiciously smooth and wrinkle-free in recent years, leaving many to believe that she's had some work done. A few years ago, a plastic surgeon named Dr. Omar Tillo weighed in on it to express his side, and he said that he thinks that she's received Botox, cat eye surgery, and dermal fillers. He claimed that if you look at previous photos, you can see apparent lines and wrinkles around Kim's eyes. These could be treated with anti-wrinkle injectables such as Botox. She also has clear lines around her mouth, which could be the result of being smoothed out with dermal fillers. Kim's skin also seems to be fresher with a more even complexion. This could be due to several factors, such as laser treatments. A second expert named Reza Nizab agreed and added that he believed she might have also had a fat transfer or a facelift. This could explain the almond-shaped eyes behind the massive cheeks. Back in 2012, Kim's daughter, Ireland Baldwin, insisted that her mother had not received any plastic surgery while calling her the most naturally beautiful woman there ever was or will be. Ladies, if you want to avoid Botox and any other skin treatment, she said, ladies, if you want to avoid Botox or other skin treatments, listen to my mom. She hasn't had one treatment done because she stayed completely out of the sun all these years. Yeah, she wrote that on Instagram. I don't think that's true. Kim herself has never actually addressed the speculation surrounding her looks, but number 3, Renee Zellweger. When we first met Renee in the cult classic Empire Records, she was a baby face with bangs and brown lipstick, but nowadays she is unrecognizable. After making a name for herself starring as Bridget Jones, she continued to star in several comedies and romantic flicks alongside performers like Jim Carrey, Keanu Reeves, and Tom Cruise. In 2019, she reinvented herself, appearing on the show What If on Netflix. Fans were shocked to see the differences between her 90s glory and her current state. Her eyes were noticeably smaller, her cheeks were more pronounced, and according to several sources, she had received cat eye surgery a few years back to help combat the effects of aging. What it accidentally did was make it so that Renee always looked like she's squinting. While she delivered a solid performance on the show, fans were distracted by the stiff facial features of their main actor. Number 2, Catherine Zeta-Jones. When she attended the premiere of Entrapment in June 1999, she had the beginnings of crow's feet, especially when she smiled, but as the years went by, it seemed like the crow's feet vanished into thin air. By the time this past year rolled around and she made a return to the mainstream starring as Morticia Addams in the Netflix series Wednesday, she was a completely different human being. Her skin was so smooth and her eyes were smaller than they once were, looking exactly like you would picture a person with fresh cat eye surgery to look. Catherine was rumored to have received surgery after she was photographed entering a clinic in Beverly Hills. She's never actually confirmed that she received this specific surgery, but it's pretty impossible to hide the obvious changes in the shape and condition of your face. Number 1, Jocelyn Wildenstein. This New York socialite is no stranger to the world of media. Ever since the mid-1990s, she's been famous around the world for being a literal cat woman, having received so many plastic surgeries that she now resembles a cat. I don't know, she looks more like a lion to me, but lion woman doesn't have as nice of a ring to it. Her journey started with the titular cat eye surgery, but it was just the first in many steps to get that perfect face. According to her friends and family, the surgeries were not intended to give her a Barbie-like face, but rather that of a lynx, which had apparently been her pet for a while. While she wasn't famous for a long time, it was the photos that were shared following her divorce from husband Alec that got her into the mainstream. Most of the attention was drawn to her looks, and she was quickly dubbed the Catwoman by the entire world. Despite being worth millions of dollars, Jocelyn has faced financial struggles over the past few years, and at one point even being sued by American Express for owing them $70,000 in credit. Her cat eyes may be trapped behind a massive layer of plastic and silicone, but they will always be the first step taken down the rocky road.